The following is a presentation of the Watertown Baseball Association in partnership with Aero TV and KXLG Radio. This is coverage of the 2025 State A American Legion Baseball Tournament from historic Watertown Stadium on Post 17 TV. Now, let's head down to the diamond and round the bases with the KXLG pregame show on Post 17 TV.
To the KXLG pregame show for the 2025 South Dakota Class A American Legion Baseball Tournament. We're wrapping up day 3. We got one more game starting. I think we're a little bit behind schedule, which has been kind of the norm here the past couple days. We had another extra inning game earlier this evening, today I should say, as we started off with a 10-inning affair where it was Yankton defeating Renner by a score of 5-4, and we just finished another game in another matchup. Rapid City Post 22 defeated Watertown by a score of 14-4. One more game to go, and that's coming up next. And that's Rapid City Post number 320 against Harrisburg. Both teams undefeated. Joining me here tonight is, of course, Ben Dilla and also Todd Judding. Now, Benny, we're looking forward to this game. We kind of were looking forward to it since we heard it was going to take place last night, so we've had all day to think about it. What are you expecting?
Yeah, I'm expecting kind of a high scoring. I think we'll finally see some both teams really flex their offensive muscles here tonight. So far in the tournament, they've been the most well-rounded teams, each of them. So I'm excited for this game, and 320 is just riding a wave of momentum of the 8 seed, but Harrisburg has been hitting the cover off the ball as a 7 seed. So yeah, I think we'll have a fun matchup here tonight, and hopefully see some fireworks.
Absolutely. We've seen these two teams play for the past 2 days. And Todd, what are your thoughts on each team?
Well, I'm not sure what Benny's thinking as far as a high-scoring game. I would guess maybe a little more middle of the road, because I just think defensively they're both pretty good. They handle the bat obviously very well, both of them, but pitching and defense to me is still going to be a key, I think, going into this one. I don't know what their staffs are like as far as pitches go, so I guess we'll find out one way or another what's going to happen. But I don't know. I'm guessing maybe like a 7-5 game or something like that.
That makes sense. Well, these two teams did not meet in the regular season, so this is a first matchup between these two ball clubs. Of course, Rapid City Post number 320 open up the tournament with a big win in a surprise victory. It's been many years since they've done it, defeating Rapid City Post 22 by a score of 4-1. They kept that momentum going yesterday, shutting out Renner by a score of 6-0. On the other side of things, Harrisburg beat Yankton in game 1, shut them out 8-0, and then beat Watertown last night 6-3. And let's talk a little bit about that game last night, guys. First of all, let's talk about Eric O'Kane. He did outstanding, and I just can't say, Benny, how impressed I am with that young man.
Yes, I mean, he lives up to the bill. I think he went 4 for 4 with what should have been a home run, but in his excitement he missed home plate, so they called it a triple and he was out, so that's how we got to 6 instead of 7. But yeah, and he came in and closed the game out. He hasn't pitched much this summer, but he had gas and he was throwing it, and got the last few outs for him as well. So if they had a little better control on the mound, it probably wouldn't have been as close as the scoreboard indicated, as they kind of handled Watertown pretty good last night. But I expect to see kind of more of that same. They're the team that's hit home runs in each game, so they got some power in that lineup, and I'm looking forward to seeing what they do tonight.
Yeah, Noah Boucher, he's another one that hit a grand slam earlier in the first game.
Correct, yeah. So I mean, they got the power in the lineup, and like Koken said last night, they're kind of hitting their stride at the right time. They got off to a bit of a slow start earlier this summer, but they're peaking at the right time.
Absolutely. And Todd, I know you're a fan of watching Post 320. They're playing with a lot of fire, and they've been a joy to watch, and the small ball has been pretty fun.
Yeah. I mean, they've been a joy to watch, and they have a lot of fire. I mean, even the dugout, they got, they get vocal, and they play the game the right way. They play hard, and they are a fun team to watch because they'll do all aspects of the game. They got guys with some power, and then they can still put the bunt down and put pressure on the defense that way. So yeah, it should be a fun night tonight.
They had Noah Williamson on the mound the other night, had a great game, and of course an exciting player that I've enjoyed, Max Speed, which I think is probably the greatest name in Legion baseball right now. What would you say, Todd?
I would think so. You got a name like that, you got to live up to that billing. It'd be hard to live up to, but yeah, he does a good job with it, there's no doubt.
Absolutely. Well, we're getting ready for our last game of the evening. Rapid City Post number 320, the A seed, taking on the 7 seed Harrisburg. Let me look at the dugouts. Looks like Harrisburg will be the home team, and 320 will be the visitors. We got a 7-inning ball game coming up. Now, both teams are undefeated, so that means no matter who loses tonight, they're coming back. We have 4 teams left in the tournament. We have Rapid City Post 22. We have Yankton. We have Rapid City Post 320 coming up in Harrisburg as well. We're down to 4, and it's kind of a weird-looking scenario, as it always is with Legion Baseball when you get to the next day on Friday. But we think we kind of have an understanding on what might happen, but we're just speculating at this time.
Yeah, I mean, I went cross-eyed trying to figure it out earlier, so yeah.
We had to hit him, so it went back to normal, so we're okay.
That's right, yeah. So, I mean, we just got to see how this game plays out, and then the commissioners will kind of spell it out for us, and they'll announce the games and the game times tomorrow. 2 games tomorrow, 4 and 7 p.m. Central Time, so that's what we'll have, but we don't know who will be playing in those games quite yet, so we got to wait to see how this game plays out first.
Absolutely, and then we're looking at, of course, moving to Saturday. There's going to be 1 to 2 games on Saturday, depending how things go, but we're looking at good weather, and, the thing is, with Watertown getting beat out of the tournament, I still think we're going to have a great crowd. And, Todd, if people are here, if you're a baseball fan, if you haven't been to maybe a Legion game in a while, come out this weekend. This is good ball.
Absolutely. You're seeing some good baseball. Like you said, Watertown got eliminated. They were the 3 seed, had a great season, did some things very well. Unfortunately, that one loss that they had, and with the upset of 320 beating 22, they had to meet today in an elimination game, and it didn't come out on the end for Watertown. But, yeah, there's some darn good players. Like I said, you got the kids going, some are moving up to the next level, maybe next year playing college baseball. And the one kid's going to University of Minnesota, very, very solid player, fun to watch. There's other kids around that are real good ball players and fun to watch.
It's been a nice week so far, putting on display American Legion Baseball here in Watertown. Now, of course, out of the 4 teams we have, 2 teams are going to continue to play baseball. The state champion and the second-place team are going to be going to the Central Plains Regional, and that's kind of a new development, Benny, and I think that's quite a nice thing to have another ball club here advancing on to the regionals.
Yeah, so it used to just be 1 team, but Iowa is playing in a different regional this year, so you got 2 teams from South Dakota, North Dakota, Minnesota, and Nebraska. So 8 teams will be playing in that regional for a chance to go to North Carolina to play in the Legion World Series.
Yeah, and that's a pretty awesome thing here coming up. And we do want to mention here as well, coming up tomorrow will be day number 1 of the Class B State American Legion Baseball at the home of American Legion Baseball, Millbank, South Dakota, 100th anniversary. Todd, I don't know who figured that out, but that's a great thing to do, is bringing that home to Millbank.
Absolutely, and they got a new facility down there, or up there, I should say, and they've always been kind of a baseball-oriented town, it seems like, and usually have some pretty good athletes and some players there, so it'll be interesting to see, because I know years ago they used to have the B champion would play in the A tournament, so I'm sure there'll be some good baseball up there in Millbank as well.
Absolutely. We'll talk more Legion baseball, but there's been some crazy trades going on in Major League Baseball. Benny, Twins fans, if you haven't looked online for a while, you kind of got a different team now.
Yep, it's a bunch of minor leaguers, I feel like. I think they traded 9 or 10 guys, it seems like. So, yeah, I don't know what they're doing. As a Twins fan, it's a bit disheartening, but I guess, it's going to be a long rest of the summer. Luckily, we got preseason football starting tonight, Jeremy.
You can't go any better than that. It's Hall of Fame game. Don't watch that tonight. Keep it tuned right here to Post 17 TV for this outstanding ball game. But yeah, football is getting underway. But Todd, you're a sports fan in general. What do you think the Twins are doing?
That's a good question. It seems like every year, lately, that's what they've been doing is prepping guys to move to another team, and then they just take what they can get and then try and win with that. That's the problem with this money market. Small market teams is, they get rid of guys and, they want more money. So it's kind of the way college is going now as well. So.
Absolutely. I do want to tell you guys, too, coming up here, you're going to hear the starting lineups, but you're also going to get the national anthem, and it's Jordan and Jared Amdahl. You know them from Shades of Air and other bands. They do a great job, and they're going to do one heck of a performance of the national anthem coming up before this ball game. Now, guys, have we had some great national anthem singers this week or not?
We have. They've all hit the right notes, so to speak. So yeah, it's been a pleasure, and it's you get the American Legion Creed before every game, and also the national anthem. So American Legion, obviously very proud of the veterans, and we thank them so very much. So yeah, it's a great thing every game. You get to hear a great rendition of the national anthem and that American Legion Creed.
Yeah, and speaking of that Creed, that's a thing synonymous with American Legion baseball here and across the nation. And Todd, it is a great thing, I think, that they still do it. We still get the commanders out here to recite it. And it's a very serious deal, and I think it's one of the neater moments.
It is. I mean, it gives you the thinking about the scenarios that the kids kind of realize a little bit about the military and the service that these men and women do for this country, and it's very important that they understand that. And the American Legion obviously takes that very seriously, and it's a big part of American Legion baseball, and that's why it is such. So they do a great job with it, and they support very well. They support baseball very well. So obviously commend the men and women that are in the services at this time and those that served before.
Absolutely. That's a very good point there, Todd. Thank you for that. Well, the game is coming up here. I do want to remind you, coming up at the bottom of the fourth inning, we'll have KXLG Inside the Game. And we did this a little bit ago, 2 games ago, where we talked to some of the crew from Arrow TV, which is Post 17 TV they're helping with for this event. Going in the control room, we saw what they were doing. And I tell you what, going in there makes me nervous looking at all those buttons and all those screens. But the guy who's a mastermind behind all this, Ryan Remmers, I call him the wizard of that stuff, because I don't know how he figured out how to do all this, but when you're seeing this great broadcast that you have, and all the different camera angles, how things work, we're going to go inside the control room with Ryan, and we're going to see kind of how things go a little bit, and it's amazing. So he's done a great job.
Well, he's also got that little drone he hands out pretty well as well. So I did take a nice picture of when all the teams were here the other day. That was a neat setup as well.
Yeah, we owe a lot to Ryan and doing a great job. The group from Arrow TV and, of course, Post 17 TV for this. Well, I think we probably went on a little early again. Boy, it takes a while to do that field work, man.
Yeah, do you think they'll let you press some buttons in there?
Well, that's not a good idea.
What's this do?
Is that replay?
What's this knob do?
Sounds good. Well, we're going to send it back up to the control room here, and we'll be back, of course, coming up a little bit later on. We'll have, of course, the post-game show. And don't forget, we still got 2 more days ago, Friday and Saturday, here from the tournament. Broadcasting for KXLG's pregame show, I'm Jeremy Herbold, along with Todd Judding and Ben Dillo. We'll see you in a bit.
Good evening and welcome to the iconic Watertown Stadium. We don't get to say that too often anymore, Tyson. My name is Sam Mooney. Joining me in the booth, as always, is the handsome and talented Tyson Zemlicka. We are here for night 3. In tonight's matchup, we've got the undefeated teams, Post 320 Stars versus Harrisburg, Post 320 Stars, yeah. Rapid City Post 320 Stars, and then Harrisburg Post 45.
Just like everybody predicted, right, Sam?
Yeah, the 7-8 seed.
The 7-8 seed, just exactly what you said when we walked up here 2 mornings ago, is you guaranteed that the 7 and 8 seed would meet in essentially the kind of the pre-championship game, the best of the winners bracket. It's been a fun ride to get here. Started off with that huge upset out of Post 320. Big reason why we're seeing them today. Harrisburg has really answered the bell. They've been kind of what we've heard is, one of the more complete, if not the most complete team so far. So it's really the best 2 teams meeting here.
Yeah, it really has been an incredible tournament. Post 320 just, a rocket to their back and then just took off. Upset of the decade plus.
Probably 2
maybe.
decades, right?
Yeah. Coming in and handling Post 22 for the first time in 17 years, and we were fortunate enough to do that game, and man, they just killed it. They killed it, and then they've been hot ever since. Beating shutting out Renner last night.
Yeah, Loudon Foss that first day. What a treat that was. You and I got to watch. People were talking about pitch counts and limiting guys and how far you're going to go against this, this daunting post-22 team. And Lawton goes the whole game, stays under 105 pitches, which was incredible, and just dominated the whole ball game. So it was awesome to see. And I probably going to see him tomorrow, so he won't be on the mound tonight. But just it's curious to see who maybe the third best pitcher is for each of these teams tonight.
Pitching for 320 for the Stars tonight is going to be Noah Wald. A little different strategy for post 320. They're going to hit their pitcher, so we're going to go back to the old National League days, and we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I mean, shout out to post 320 coming on here as the 8 seed. I mean, we talked about it before. They were the 11 seed, upsetting Sioux Falls post 15 East, I believe is who it was that they upset. So they get in kind of by the skin of their teeth, and they say, you know what, seeding doesn't matter.
Yeah, they kind of, that's what we talked about when we first said David versus Goliath with post 22 and post 320.
Yeah.
They came in with, we got nothing to lose. We're gonna show up, have a good time. We've been playing good baseball. We're hot, and that's continued thus far.
Yeah, and and then they so like we said, they took care of post 22 4-1, and they go in, they shut out Renner, and then now they're back at it again with another Goliath. I mean, granted, Harrisburg was the 7 seed going into this, but they haven't played like the 7 seed Tyson.
Yeah, I think from what we've kind of gathered here, I think Harrisburg probably has the best individual player in the tournament so far. It kind of sounds like kind of a weird 7 seed, not what we expected of them. They've been fantastic. They've hit the ball as well as anybody. They've pitched great. And got to see that stud pitch last night from a little bit. Kokage. But yeah, looking forward to who they throw tonight. Obviously, both these teams must be pretty deep. They got good arms in the pen. They got good sticks all around. So we should be in for a good treat here tonight. Yeah,
I mean, I think with Harrisburg has been really complete. They took care of Yankton 8-0. Then they came over and took care of Watertown last night 6-3. That game could have been a lot bigger. It could have been 7, 8, 9. And if Harrisburg can dial in on their pitching, we may see a repeat performance tonight of what we've seen with Harrisburg for the last couple games. But it's an intriguing matchup. To my knowledge, I don't believe these two teams played against each other during the season, so unfamiliar territory for both of them. And I think we're in for one heck of a game.
Yeah, I think Harrisburg, has been a little under the radar because of post 320. They're the Cinderella team, but in their own regard, they've pulled off 2 massive upsets. One being with Yankton, the number 2 team in the tournament, and then the hometown team, Watertown, that had 1,300 fans, 2 nights ago here. So I mean. A credit to post 320, sure, but Harrisburg has been just as dominant and had just as many good upsets. So I said post 320 has stolen the thunder a little bit, but
Harrisburg's going to be the home game or the home team for this game. Obviously, the post 320 is going to be the away game. We are going to kick it down to the field for the Creed, and then the greatest song ever composed, and then we're going to come back here for first pitch, and I'm excited.
Can't wait.
It's going to be great. Don't go anywhere.
Rise and remove your hats for the reading of the American Legion Code of Sportsmanship, to be followed by the presentation of colors and then our national anthem. To recite the code representing the South Dakota State American Legion Athletic Commission, Mr. Randy Miller.
Good evening. Another great night for American Legion baseball. Repeat after me. I will keep the rules, keep faith with my teammates, keep my temper, keep myself fit, keep a stout heart in defeat, keep my pride under in victory, keep a sound soul, a clean mind, and a healthy body.
At this time, we will have the presentation of colors by Watertown American Legion Post 17, to be followed by our national anthem. We remind everyone to remain standing and honor the colors until they have been retired. And now to perform our national anthem, Jared and Jordan, the Amdahl brothers.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Thank you.
I don't know, Tyson. I am pretty blessed and fortunate to attend a lot of sporting events throughout the year, both high school and professional. And is there anything better in all of sports than the national anthem at a baseball field with both teams lined up on third base and first base? Is there anything better than that?
Not when the guys can sing, and those guys can sing.
Oh man, they are good. Very good.
That was fantastic.
Yeah, it was incredible. I do think like the whole baseball national anthem before pregame is pretty incredible. Like, you know, in football, you know, I mean, the guys are holding their helmets, and it's cool seeing the big guys and the big pads and everything. And like even in the NFL, like, you know, they'll hold the flag and such. But baseball, there's something about baseball players and lined up, and you know, baseball. Major League Baseball is always on the 4th of July.
America's pastime, right?
Yeah.
No, that was great. I don't know if I don't hear too many national anthems and wish I could sing after them. I wish I could sing like those guys.
Yeah. Amdahl brothers, they're incredible.
Is there
Speaking
two
of
of them or
incredible,
three?
there's two.
They're fantastic.
Yeah, and their sister is Tori Simon.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, from Connington County Care. So
She's pretty incredible too.
Fantastic, yep. Okay, we are just about underway here as Harrisburg takes the field. 3 umpires on the field tonight and 1 at the plate, Tyson. So we got 4 umpires for this game, and we've only had 3 in the previous
back
games.
to what I thought that they had for every game. So
yeah,
I learned something this weekend at least.
Yeah, 4 umpires for tonight's game, so that's good. And you know, for the umpires,
even better than have to run around.
Well, you know, for the umpires, this game is really big for them too. You know, like it's an honor to be in this game, just like it is for the players. It's an honor for the players to be in this game. It's an honor for the managers, the coaching staff, the fans. But for the umpires, I mean, you got to get selected to go this far. And so shout out to them, and I'm sure they'll do a great job. And it'll be fun to see how this one plays out.
What's that saying about us? They picked the worst 2 broadcasters with all the other aces.
Well, I think maybe we were here by default.
I think the 2 guys calling sick or what?
Yeah, I agreed. I definitely think that we were here by default. So
we'll take it.
For sure. Yeah, I mean, for us, it's fun. I mean, it's a good opportunity for us too. I mean, we get a great view of some high caliber Legion baseball in the state of South Dakota, and yeah, it's been a lot of fun to be here for the last few days, and we're gonna play this one under the lights.
Yeah, haven't done that in a while, have we, Sam?
Yeah, last time we were here under the lights, the Arrows were punching their tickets to the state championship game.
Who did they? They went and played
Brookings.
here in the Dome, obviously, but they beat Brookings to go. That's right.
Yep, they beat Brookings to go. Yeah, so, but that's football. This is baseball. We've got two great teams, and man, you know what? I'm really excited to see it. You know, will the Cinderella story continue? And that could be answered by...
And if so, which one?
Yeah, exactly. And I think, like, for Harrisburg being the 7th seed, it's a little different than 320 being the 8th seed. Just because, like, I think everybody knew that with Harrisburg. I mean, it was at least talked about in our circles that, you know, Harrisburg is really good. They just hadn't put it all together yet.
Yep.
And, you know, what better time to put it all together than in the 100th anniversary edition of the state tournament.
Right, and to your point, and I don't mean this in any type of disrespectful way, the only team I thought they were getting by post 22 was post 320.
Right.
And a credit to them, they showed up and they played fantastic, and that's why they're here tonight.
Well, and you know, and on top of that, like, I mean, the win over post 22 is huge. It's obviously great for the program. It's great for the community. You know, for everybody that we mentioned before. But they didn't just rest on their laurels for that one. You know, they went in and then they took care of Renner, and you know, it'd be like, you know, when the United States beat Russia in the Olympics.
That's quite the comparison.
Well, like, so a lot of people think that when the United States beat Russia, that was in the gold medal game.
You're exactly right.
That was in the game to get to the gold medal game, and then it made that win even bigger. That I think they beat Finland.
Maybe you should give the pregame speech. You're exactly right, Sam.
No. I did that for Waverly once. It didn't work out very well.
Yeah, I don't know.
Shout out to the Waverly South Shore Coyotes.
You're right, though. I don't know if it was Finland or.
I think it was Finland, but I could.
But you're right.
Somebody will correct me.
They went on and won the gold medal game.
Yeah,
so.
but I mean that win is more impactful.
Right.
Because they finished it.
Right.
So now in post 320 can finish it.
Yeah.
Then that win means even more.
They came from behind in that game as well.
Yeah.
Post 320s only played with a lead.
Yeah,
so,
that's all they've done. That's all they know.
They're just used to dominating this tournament.
Yeah, that's all they know.
It would be kind of crazy if we ended up seeing post 320 and post 22 again in some way, shape, or form, right?
Yeah. Well, and that's the other thing is that, I mean, for post 320 to complete the comeback or to complete the story, you know, they may have to go through Goliath again. Yeah, which is incredible. I mean, there's just so many great storylines within this tournament.
They got a Goliath here from tonight. Looks like they're going to be focused on the task at hand.
First pitch, we are underway. All right, who's on the mound for Harrisburg?
Cade Weedy.
Cade Weedy
delivers a first pitch strike. It was a foul ball.
You're going to keep track of our pitch count for
give or take.
Man.
I will keep track of the pitch
Last
count.
time you were really good at it. Ooh, he's throwing gas.
Helps when the games are good that we stay locked in over here.
There is one thing that I have noticed with all these games is that the team that has better control for their pitchers usually is the team that has more success.
Yeah, and to piggyback off that, it's the teams that have stayed patient in the batter's box because some of the teams have been erratic.
Right, yeah.
It's really played off the other.
Watertown that last game scored 4 runs on just a couple hits. A lot of them was like, ooh, is that a sword, Tyson? A little bit.
Just about.
A little bit. He's going to even the count at 2-2, and Wheaties coming out right away. Must have eaten his Wheaties because he's throwing gas, man.
I bet he's heard that before.
100 times he's heard it before. His parents right now might be listening if they're not here, and they're just rolling their eyes. Going,
oh yeah.
Yeah, it took them one batter to say that ridiculous comment.
They're probably here in the stands with the earpiece in, and it just got turned off.
Yeah, they shut it off. Like that idiot said it.
Nope.
Couldn't even get one at bat.
5 pitches in.
Yep. That was fun. That one was a little close. Umpire's got a little better view of the plate than we do from up here.
I thought that was a backwards case, Sam.
3 balls, 2 strikes to the leadoff hitter.
There it is.
Yeah, gets him on swinging there. That's Jonah Blake. It's Wheaties' first K of the day. That's going to bring up Aiden Bird, number 11, the right fielder, and it looks like he's wrong-handed.
Good. Better view for us.
Yep. Now it would make him a unicorn, so to speak, if he
throws right.
Exactly. Yep. Yep. Bat left, throw right. Make a lot of people happy that way. Little half swing, little sword there for Bird on that first one. Wheaty's going to even the count at 1-1. Harrisburg's pretty traditional defensively here. Everybody's kind of playing back and waiting for that first one. Gets ahead in the count here with 1-2. He seems to be throwing gas and maybe hitting some corners, Tyson.
I was looking up Bird here to see if which way he does throw. Ooh.
Yeah, it didn't look like that looked like kind of another sword, didn't it?
Yeah.
Kind of a little.
I think he knew that was strike 3. He had to throw his bat out there, and
yeah, decided a little too late. That's going to bring up number 3, Tegan Sales, shortstop. He's a little. See, now this is a guy that's a little head in the box. We saw him on opening night. One of the few guys in this entire tournament that isn't nuzzled all the way in the back of the box.
He wants to get up there and start hacking away. He stands a little closer.
Yep. That one's outside there. Take the count to 1-1.
By the way, Bird is not a unicorn. He bats left, throws left. Just took me a while to find it. I was looking.
Well, good to know.
Alongside right away.
Good to know. At least he bats left.
That's always an advantage.
Wheaty's kind of trying to hit that outside corner there and not finding it. 2 balls, 1 strike to the 3-hitter. Wheaty's trying to set the side down in order on K's. Not going to happen. That one's going to get fouled.
Just foul.
Even the count of 2-2. Take this opportunity to congratulate Watertown Post 17 on a successful season. Kind of ran into a buzzsaw there from Post 22, but nonetheless, a good season for them and Coach Neal, and wish them all the luck moving forward.
Yeah, shout out to them and to this Watertown crowd who showed up the last couple nights.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but you're into that. You don't expect to run into Post 22 in the losers bracket, obviously. That's less than ideal, especially before a Friday, Saturday kind of deal.
A little breezy here right now, Tyson, as we get into the wee hours. That one's going to miss inside, and that'll send Tegan Sales to first on ball 4.
Yeah, I could see it might be a little bit of jacket weather here for us in an hour and a half or so, if we make it that long even. You already got the long sleeve on.
Oh yeah, I came prepared. I'm too fat and old to sit up here without any sleeves.
I showed up with Dakota an hour and a half, 2 hours ago, and I thought it was going to need it, and then the last couple games ran a little long, so I'm glad I brought it.
Yeah, first game went 10 innings, and then the Arrows game went long, and then now here we are. So our 8 o'clock or our 7 o'clock game starting at just about 8:25.
Yeah, about
8:20. So after Wheaty takes down the first 2 batters without much labor, has a 5-6 pitch or a 6-7 pitch at bat for a walk, and then now he's falling behind 2-0, and now we got a wild pitch, and Sales is going to advance to second.
See if Post 320 kind of steals one away here early now.
Hey, I tell you what, if Melhoff can get one in, I mean, I don't know what Sales' 40 time is, but being the number 3 hitter, I would imagine that he can giddy up a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Oh, now it doesn't matter. Another wild pitch is going to advance Sales to third. So now you're just a base hit away or another wild pitch.
Fast ball, yeah. Now it's in the back of the pitcher's mind too. He throws two in the dirt. He's just trying to fire it in there.
Yep.
Maybe gives too good of a pitch.
Mm-hmm. He's going to stay in the stretch here too on 3-0 with a runner on third. There you go. Catches a corner there. 3 balls, 1 strike to Colton Melhoff. Trying to put Post 320 on the board right away here in the first. Misses inside for ball 4.
Yeah, Post 320 doing what they've been doing. Staying patient, not getting up there and just swinging away.
My favorite guy in the whole tournament, up to bat, Max Speed.
Max Speed.
Max Speed with max power. Max Speed with max power.
The name is deceiving, folks.
Absolutely it is, but my man hit a ball that still hasn't landed yet.
He's going to try to run into one right here and kind of shock Harrisburg right off the bat here a little bit.
Wind blowing in, Tyson, no?
I think he'd be happy to get one just in the grass. Yeah, it is, though. I take that back. He wants over the fence or nothing.
Yeah, I think if he just gets on, get a run scored, they get on the board, he'll be happy with that for sure.
Oh, he's going to get in.
Oh, wow. Big mistake, and he's going to get over to third.
Yep.
He's going to get over to third. He's going to get over to third. Pretty easy.
So he might.
Big mistake by Harrisburg early on. Sales is going to score. Melhoff over to third. And 320 is going to take an early 1-0 lead without even getting a hit.
Getting another runner in scoring position now for Max Speed.
For Speed, yeah. Yep.
Now not trying to do too much with it here. Put something in the grass, get another run on the board. And that's what he's going to try to do here.
Yeah, he's going to ground out to the third baseman, throws a nice throw over there. But at the end of the top half of the first inning, the 320 Stars put one on the board.
The best way to get the most out of college is to do the most while you're in it. At Lake Area Tech, you'll learn in living, working environments with hands-on training and real-world experience to prepare for a high-paying career you love right out of school. From the moment you step on campus until you're one of our graduate success stories, when you start something here, you'll get an education you can really put to work and the best return on your investment. Lake Area Tech, the start of something new.
At Active Heating, you could say we specialize in comfort, heating and air conditioning, plumbing, air and water quality. Active Heating is ready. Too hot or too cold? Our certified comfort experts for Coleman Heating and Cooling equipment can help. Don't let a leak drain your bank account. Our plumbers can handle it. Improve your air and water quality with an air purifier and reverse osmosis system from Active Heating, your local Coleman dealer. Active Heating of Watertown and Brookings, your comfort experts.
Looking for a way to show your school spirit and support the Watertown School District? With the Aero Spirit card from American Bank and Trust, you can do both. Every time you use your Aero Spirit debit card, a portion of your purchase goes right back to the school, helping fund important programs and activities. It's a win for you and a big win for our students. Visit your local American Bank and Trust at 1715 First Avenue Northeast today to sign up and make a difference with every swipe. American Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
Okay, and we are back as we enter the bottom of the first, and we are going to see from Harrisburg, leading off is going to be Eli Kokenge, which may be the MVP of the tournament thus far.
Yeah, starting your, what probably is your best hitter in the one hole is interesting. Mm-hmm. Tactic the Braves have used, not that that's working out very well for them this year.
Yeah, with Acuna.
But get a guy on base, tie this thing maybe up pretty quick. That's what Harrisburg's looking to do.
Yeah, Kokenge is a fun player to watch. Here's what I will say about Eli Kokenge. And one, I'll apologize if I'm pronouncing the last name wrong. So he hit the home run yesterday, and then missed home plate, and Watertown appealed it, and then was awarded the appeal, and then he was out. So it goes down in the books as a triple and not a home run. Harrisburg wins the game, and he's the player of the game. And so he goes over to the KXLG tent afterwards, and they asked him. He said, "Did you touch home plate?" And his response, he answered like a veteran would answer, like a leader would answer, as he rips one here. But it's going to be one of those Adam balls right at him for out number one.
A little bit of wind is not helping him there, blowing that ball back in.
Yep. So they said, did you touch home plate? And he goes, you know what? I got so excited, and I was so in the moment. He's like, yeah, I probably stepped over it, and I feel bad, and I'll never make that mistake again. I'll learn from it. He just could not have answered the question any better than what he did. I mean, you can tell, that there's a lot of things about this kid that Minnesota likes, but attitude and character still matter in 2025.
the maturity there and just the ability to own that mistake and not make an excuse.
Yes.
For an 18-year-old young man, that shows a lot.
Yeah. I mean, he's got a fan in me for sure, and not that it matters, but there's a fat old guy in Watertown, South Dakota that's going to follow him for the rest of his career.
We're rooting for him for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to bring up Noah Boucher, and not to be outdone, Noah's had one heck of a tournament as well.
Had a grand slam the first day, right?
Yeah, so, I mean, he's awfully impressive.
Got a lot of good bats up here in this lineup.
Yes. A lot of fun this game is going to be to watch, especially with 320 putting a mark on the board right away to start the game.
I will say though, Kokenge, I honestly thought that ball was hit a little harder than that off the bat. I think that wind pushed that down a little bit.
The wind might be a little more than what we're leading on, because we're under this tent, and there's a ball ripped over to the third baseman, and he digs that out and throws a dart across the field for out number 2. Great defensive play there by the Stars, and that is Kaysen Kostenbauer. We called his name a lot that first game, Tyson, against 22.
Their whole defense has been good for Post 320 in both games now, or all 3 games, or the 2 that we've gotten to call of theirs. They haven't really made any mistakes. That's kind of what's been other teams. The pass balls, there was an error in that first game for Post 22 throwing second base. They've been clean in the infield.
It's a good shot there, and center fielder's going to track it down, and it hits his glove and comes out. So now let's debate that there, my friend.
I think that was in the glove.
It was in the glove, and I'm an old head.
Yeah.
If it touches leather, I'm going to go E8 in my book.
I think you're right there.
I'm going to go E8 in my book.
Just because it was in the glove pretty good. It wasn't like a snow cone type thing, or just
right. And that's Jet Peterson, and I bet you if you ask Jet,
100%.
Yeah, he would say the same thing.
The Jet can fly. I'll tell you this though. A lot of hard contact here out at Harrisburg early. A lot of hard contact.
Yep. And I wonder just, I mean, the flags are blowing in, or they're blowing out, so blowing into the players.
Yep.
So
there it goes.
Oh yeah, he's going to be in there easy. That's a stolen base for Esser.
If the pitcher for Post 320, Noah Wald, is going to pitch to contact, he better hope this wind stays blowing in. Some of these balls have been on a rope so far.
Hit hard. And now Harrisburg's got a runner in scoring position in the bottom half of the inning here, trying to answer back, trailing 1 early on.
A little outside there, it looked like.
Shout out to the Post 17 boys. They just came up and walked past us, and they're all together after that tough loss and hanging out together and watching baseball, being buddies. And we talk about American Legion baseball a lot, and I mean, they're still kids.
That's what it's all about, that brotherhood. It doesn't end after your last game. These guys are still a team. Catcher down here a little bit.
Yeah, I think that young man may need to stretch a little bit.
Catch his breath for a couple seconds.
Yeah, that is Jonah Blake.
Let's not get a replay, huh?
Yeah, maybe we don't replay that one. Maybe we get off of him and just let him just we had a preview, and he just smiled and nodded his head to the batter. So
got a nice grin on his face. He knows he just needs a quick minute.
Yeah, he would be singing in a different section of the choir right now than he normally would.
That's exactly right.
We'll say it that way. So we'll let him catch his breath and
get a swig of water.
Yep. He says thank you.
I was going to say, just take your time, young man.
Oh, yeah.
I've been there.
Yeah, and they're all laughing about it. I don't know what's funny about it.
Yeah, it's really not.
Yeah.
It's funny when it doesn't happen to you, I guess. That's about it.
That's for sure. How about the mustache on the home plate umpire, though? That's solid. Did you see that? He's got the white handlebar. He looks good.
Looks like a professional back there.
Absolutely. Yeah, see, look at that thing. That looks nice.
That's a professional umpire. No Angel Hernandez back there.
No. Shout out to Jonah Blake, man. Those catchers, they're a different breed.
I first thought you were going to say shout out to Angel Hernandez.
No, there's no shout outs to Angel Hernandez. No.
Hopefully, not the best umpire.
Hopefully Major League Baseball's not watching right now.
Yeah, Manfred's going to be sending us a text here pretty quick.
We don't need to be fined.
Yeah, we can't afford the fine he'd be sending us.
Yeah. just on top of that one. So right now is Ethan Beals, right at shortstop. It's hard to see the numbers from here, Tyson.
It is, yeah. We're up the left field line in the bleachers, and it's tough. Tough to see some of their backs.
He's going to ring him up on the backwards K. Post 320 escapes the bottom of the first. We go to the top of the second.
In town for the game or just passing through? Well, swing by Country Road Barn, home of the area's best smoked meats, brisket, ribs, pulled pork, all slow smoked to perfection and served with that small town charm. They're open Wednesday through Friday, 5 until 9 p.m., so plan your visit and bring your appetite. It's a true taste of small town South Dakota and worth every mile. The Country Road Barn, just minutes from Watertown and a home run for your hunger. Stay connected with them on their Facebook page or website.
As one of the nation's strongest financial organizations, First Premier Bank and Premier Bank Card have the strength to do good. We support nearly 700 organizations and nonprofits. Our employees give more than 30,000 volunteer hours annually. And we are continually seeking ways to make South Dakota an even better place to live. It's the Premier way. First Premier Bank and Premier Bank Card.
Can I hand it to him?
Top of the second inning here as Post 320 has a 1-0 lead, and leading off for them is going to be the center fielder Jet Peterson. He had the little hiccup in the bottom of the first, led to nothing, so nothing, no harm, no foul type thing.
Yeah, blunder is a perfect term for it.
Yeah, a little hiccup.
In between a hit and an error. I like that.
Yep. Chasing there, low and outside, doing his best Nick Castellanos impersonation. Yeah. He's going to go down 0-2.
The perfect Castellanos one, though, would be if he does it on the same pitch here. Not learn from the mistake.
Yeah, for sure.
That one was not low and outside, but it was a swing and a miss.
3 pitches, yes?
Yeah. Go ahead and say it.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good night.
He's talking to his guy there.
I love that.
Number 29. That. Oh, the pitcher.
Yeah, this is Noah Wald. Yeah, this is the pitcher's hitting, so we'll see if he can help himself out. Fouls that one straight back.
You know, I don't know why, Sam, and I don't know a ton about either one of these teams. I just feel like for some reason, Post 320 always finds a way, right? You know, they get up 1-0.
Yeah, I mean, we've never seen them lose a game. Shoot, we haven't seen them lose. You know, they've had. You mentioned it at the stop. Yeah, they've never trailed this entire tournament. And even now, I mean, they have a 1-0 lead early.
It's like they just find a way. Anyone that wanted to make his excuse and say they kind of got lucky in that Post 22 game, I would completely disagree with. They've dominated throughout this entire tournament. They've looked like the top seed.
Yeah, for sure. And then now, I mean, there is something to be said too. Like, I mean, playing under the lights. Yeah. You know, it's a little goofy, and but I think guys like playing under the lights.
Oh, 100%.
It has a better atmosphere to it.
I couldn't agree with you more. It brings the best out of you.
Yeah,
you know, it's something you grow up and dream about doing.
Mm-hmm.
And they've answered the bell so far.
And I will say,
it's a good hit.
Hey, that's a great hit. He just sticks his bat head out there, finds a hole. A little seeing eye single as the ball just found its way through everybody.
Pitcher trying to help out his own cause. You'd love to see that.
I like it. That's good work.
I don't ever get to see that anymore.
Nope. That's our first hit of the game.
The last pitcher I ever saw get a hit was Max Fried. That was a couple years ago.
Yeah, he's with the Yankees now.
I did see the Rangers threw up Jack Leader in an extra inning game a couple days ago. Mm-hmm. And he did throw the bat out there once, but he struck out 3 pitches.
That was a good at-bat there from Wald. I mean, he just throws the bat head out there and gets the CNI single and
push it away, hit it where they ain't.
Yep. doesn't get thrown out from right field.
Yeah, we saw that the first day.
Yeah, we did.
Or second day,
One
sorry.
of the two.
I apologize.
Yeah, one of the two.
Uh-oh, is that going to be?
It'll get one for sure. Yep. Good play, good job to get the lead runner.
Good play by the third baseman there. Stuck with it, made a good strong throw to second base.
It's going to go as a fielder choice on 5-4.
It took the third baseman there, number 12. Yeah, oh, that's Conkage. It took him an extra second to corral that ball. You always worry if then you're actually going to throw it into right field just because you're...
And we've seen it.
Yeah, you kind of hurry in your mind and made a nice strong throw.
Ooh, it looked like he was going to kind of backdoor at first base there.
Yeah, the runner, did the fake takeoff after the ball was out of his hand, and catcher caught it and thought he was going to catch him pulling a fast one.
Kason Kostenbauer is up, third baseman, number 1. He is the 9 hitter. So he comes up with 1 on and 2 outs here in the top of the second inning as Post 320 trying to extend the inning and potentially extend the lead. Get a guy on here.
Lawson's got a couple pass balls. That one about hit him.
The 9 hitter in baseball, ultra important. To flip the lineup over, get on, and get to the top of the order, and then you hope the top of the order can generate the runs.
Usually got some good speed there at the back, so the 1 and 2 hitters you're not slowing them down.
Yeah, a lot of teams will construct that 9 and 1 as kind of like a double leadoff, so to speak, and.
Right now, though, it might not be swinging the bat at all. Just sit there and see if you're going to get a strike.
3-1 right here.
Nope, he's not.
Ball 4.
Again, patience has been key in this whole tournament.
Yes, it has.
Make some of those strikes come to you.
It's going to bring up Jonah Blake, and hopefully he is recuperated from last inning. Maybe now he's in the right section of the chorus concert.
We're going to see if he feels better right here.
I'm guessing he's loose.
I think he is.
But he is a catcher, and you know that he is tough.
Yeah, those guys are durable back there. They're used to taking a beating.
Absolutely.
Not exactly where they want to take a beating, but
no,
used to it.
Tough young man for sure. It's going to miss outside. And if you're Blake here, we've talked about it all tournament. Patience is a virtue.
Yeah, just find some grass if you get one down the middle here.
That was a good one, right down the middle there for strike 2. Evens the count at 1-1. 2 on, 2 out. Top of the second here.
And that looked like a pretty good pitch. It might be the best one he's going to get here. We'll see.
I mean, it was belt high. Looked like it was right down the middle there. I'm not sure if he was looking for something else as he takes inside there. He may have been looking for an off-speed pitch there on 1-1 potentially, but
the more I watch, I almost think you almost got to get to a strike before you're looking to swing. It just haven't seen the consistency all that much with some of these pitchers finding that strike zone.
Say that one caught the corner. Is a good job of framing that one and bringing it back in by Harrisburg's catcher, and that's Michael Oakland. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 on. Second inning.
Oh, that was a good pitch.
Strike 3, and Harrisburg is able to evade the push that 320 put on there. We go to the bottom of the second, 1-0.
Glacier Lakes Power Sports and Golf is your indoor golf destination in Watertown, South Dakota. We have 4 golf simulators available to rent 7 days a week. Call us at 605-954-4080 to reserve your time, or visit our website at glpowersports.com.
Infinity Fun is the place to be. They got trampolines, they got bowling, they got mini golf, they got games, they got food that's insanely good. Infinity Fun, they got trampolines, they got bowling, they got mini golf, they got games, they got food that's insanely good. Infinity Fun.
Open 7 days a week in Watertown.
Your starting lineup for KXLG Radio. Leading off at the front desk, Lori Kane. On the air, your power hitters, Jeremy Herbold, Ben Dilla, Jan Robson, Tim Williams, Gary Weckworth, Robin Givens, Doreen Foster, and Jaden Thomas. If it's news, Steve Jurens hits it out of the park. In sales, your closers, Andy Turback, Ben Dilla, Nicole Kraus, and Brody Reese, and skipper Melissa Herbold. KXLG, your locally owned community radio station, still undefeated.
Shout out to my buddy Austin Smith, he's watching in Sioux Falls, and he gives us a lot of confidence here. As he says, "Don't mess up announcing, and I'll be watching the whole game." My nephew Ethan plays for Harrisburg, so appreciate the vote of confidence, Austin, and shout out to Ethan.
At least you know we got somebody watching us, and making sure we're on top of our game.
Austin and his brother Brandon, man, good ball players, good people too.
Live down in Sioux Falls, in Harrisburg, you said?
He's in Sioux Falls. I'm pretty sure he's in Sioux Falls, but his nephew Ethan, he said, plays for Harrisburg here. That's going to stay fair?
Yep, it is. What a good play. What a good
that
play.
is an excellent play.
By the pitcher.
Yes, that is
Noah Wald is an athlete.
Yeah, that is Noah Wald definitely showing off his skill. I thought maybe he could let it go foul.
I don't think it was going to. I think he waited.
Yeah, and a great play, and throws it over there and gets him just by a step.
A good stretch there too by the first baseman, number 44, Max Speed.
How about the camera work there of the Aero TV crew getting it done?
Nothing short of fantastic, per usual.
Yes, sir. That was Tate Muncie. So that's going to go down as a 1-3 for out number 1. That brings up Michael Oakland, catcher. A little goofy stance there, Tyson. See that?
I think all right-handed batters have a goofy stance, Sam, just from the start.
No, that's fair. You're wrong-handed.
Closer to first base.
He's a little crouched down there a little bit. He's got the back elbow up, high hands.
It is a little bit unique. I'll give you that.
But I like it.
Whatever gets you on base, right, Sam?
Well, you're not batting 6 and playing catcher for Harrisburg if you can't hit.
Bingo.
3 balls, no strikes here, and he's going to draw a 4-pitch walk.
Man, how big is that play that pitcher made now?
Yeah.
Instead of having it first and second with no outs, 1 on first and 1 out, that's big difference.
Yeah, for sure. That's going to bring up Kaysen Severson, I believe is how you pronounce his last name. Yeah, we'll go with Severson.
I think so.
Yeah, Severson sounds nice. He's a number 11 here and plays left field. See if he can knock him over in here.
Yeah, it looked like it was in there for a strike.
Yep. Bottom of a second here, plenty of ball game left. If you're Harrisburg, you're still looking for your first hit. There he goes. Good pitch to go on. Actually, I take that back. Not a great pitch to go on because
it was a high one.
Yeah, the ball sailed high, but the catcher's throw sailed high too. Oakland's going to get a stolen base. I see a catcher stealing bases. I can't help but bring up JT Real Muto.
One of the game's best at stealing bases from behind the plate and throwing them out.
Yep. Good pop time. Two and 1 here, Tyson. If you're Severson, what are you looking for on this pitch?
Gosh, just make it be in the zone. Wald's been a little bit more consistent finding that strike zone so far.
Yeah, gasses him there.
That was a good pitch.
Yep. Looked like he was over that one there. Looked like timing was okay, but placement of the bat just not too good. Catcher's asking for this one high. Yeah, he's going to get him there on strike 3 swinging. That's K number 2.
That's big. It just, again, on a 2-1 count, battles back with 2 swings and misses there to strike out that batter and get out number 2.
Yeah, if we ever get an opportunity to do another game, maybe we try to keep track of the whiff rate. I think that's a big stat that doesn't get talked a whole lot about in baseball. There's a big difference between painting a corner maybe like a Greg Maddux and blowing it by him like a Randy Johnson.
I'm waiting for someone to give me the whiff rate in my ear now.
Can we get a whiff rate? Do we have a whiff rate?
We got crickets right now.
Yeah, for sure. Griffin Schlafkohl. Ground out here to the second baseman. Gathers it up. The Stars are going to get out of the inning unscathed. We'll go into the top of the third, 1-0.
Looking for family fun all in one place? The Come Out's Legends tee off on their mini golf course. race your crew in go-karts, and strike up some laughs with mini bowling. Kids love the arcade, and parents, they've got you covered with cold beer and amazing food. And don't forget the cherry on top, SDSU ice cream. It's all happening at Legends, where fun meets flavor. Highway 212, Watertown. Mack Landscaping and Lawn Irrigation was started in 1983 and has developed into the top landscape and lawn irrigation business in the area. And it's not hard to see why. Just take a look at some of the work they've done. No job is too big or too small. Give Shane Mack a call at 605-880-6001 for landscaping, or Wyatt Mack at 605-880-0300 for lawn irrigation or lighting.
They say there's no guarantees in life. But who's they? And do they have Midco Internet? Now there's a guarantee. So let's go. Let's go reliable. Let's go resilient. Let's go beyond.
Tyson top of 3 and post 320, hanging on to the 1-0 lead with just the one hit thus far.
Yeah, so we talked about it. For anyone that thought that post 22 game was a little bit of fool's gold, they've showed up and delivered in the second game, and now you're getting in the third. Been underdogs in all 3 of them, and just keep finding a way, getting big strikeouts when they need to, making good plays in the infield when they need to. They're staying sharp.
Leading off for the Stars is going to be number 11, Aiden Bird. And he struck out swinging last at bat.
Something to keep an eye on. Already 45 pitches for Cade Weedy here for Harrisburg.
It's moving quick because that one is low and inside. Saw the chalk fly up on that one. Eagle eye by Aiden Bird. Eagle eye. Tough to lay off those ones.
Yep.
Little inside on that one as well. It's going to move the count to 2-1. Bird's going to work ahead here as he's going to try to get on and maybe use some speed there. Outside, 3-1. Wind's picking up a little bit too. I wonder if you can hear that in my mic, because I can hear it a little bit in my ear.
I have a couple times tonight.
Yeah, that's a good pitch there, right up the knees for strike 2. Full count here. Weedy delivers.
Oh, that is ball 4.
Yeah, he's going to miss high. Good attempt at framing it there by the catcher, but it's going to miss a little high, Tyson.
You know, it's got to be hard for these 17, 18-year-old boys to sit up there and be so patient.
Yeah.
In post 320, you know, I think you finally see the results, and you're like, guys, we don't need to go up there and hack away all the first pitches. They've done it all 3 days so far.
You know what, man? I've played baseball video games where I'm not this patient.
Yeah.
You know, it's X, 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 and these guys are up here just showing everybody how it's done.
We play a little slow pitch softball, and you get made fun of if you don't swing at the first pitch most of the time.
Yeah, or the second one.
Yeah, when you walk, it's just
I mean, you
pretty embarrassing.
Yeah, you get ridiculed for days, and you walk here in an atmosphere like this, and you're getting high fives and slapping hands.
Oh, that's gonna get away.
That's gonna go. That might get into the dugout. Oh, he's holding. Maybe he had an opportunity there to go to second, or excuse me, go to third.
Yeah, I think the first baseman should have almost galloped over there a little bit, tried to help out. Ended up being closer to him than the catcher.
Yeah, thankfully that there's that
kind of that screen over there.
That screen there. Otherwise, that one was going right into the dugout.
And then he'd be standing at third with no outs.
Mm-hmm. Post 320 threatening again.
Small ball here, Sam, or no? Nope.
One's going to go out of play. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
You know, that first day, post 320 was Button in this situation.
Yeah, with their 3-hitter, yep, for sure. I like to see him swinging away here, Tyson.
I do too. Shortstop's usually a pretty good hitter, yours.
Ooh, way to holster on the high one. Yep, he holsters on the high one to bring the count to 2-2. Great plate discipline there by Tegan Sales. Patience. He's going to find a strike here. Weedy's going to deliver the 2-2 pitch to Sales. Takes a little something off that one.
Just about dropped in there.
Yep, little high. Count's going to go full. This has been a fun at-bat here.
Really work this count over. See what he gets here.
Paying a little attention here more to the runner on second.
He's going to catch that one. He will not be able to tag.
It's shallow. Yep, he is not going to tag on the F9. Good at bat though. If you're Tegan Sales, I mean, you can't be too terribly disappointed with that. Saw a lot of pitches, raised the pitch count. I mean, it's so important at this level.
Yeah, he still got the ball in the air to right field. If it had been, a little deeper, 10, 15 feet deeper, he probably takes off there. But
100%. Coach is going over to him and saying, good effort, nice try. You got nobody out and a runner on second. You want to push the ball.
Right.
You want to push the ball and try to get that runner over to third. And he had the right idea, just didn't get it out there far enough for the runner to tag.
Let's hear if Colton Melhoff can get the job done for post 320.
He walked his last at bat and then was stranded on third. Swings away there, evening the count at one apiece. Top of the third inning here. The Stars still leading 1-0 over Harrisburg here, post 45.
That's a high one.
Yep, misses high and inside there for ball 2.
Another fun game though, Sam. What more can you ask for? Getting a lot of Rapid City games, but a lot of fun, interesting, close games.
Yeah, it has been fun, and post 320, they got a lot of fans outside of Rapid City after this tournament. Ourselves included. That one's going to catch a corner to go to 2-2.
And for the rest of this tournament at that. Yeah, I'm looking forward to tuning in to watch Loudon pitch tomorrow, and whether it's the championship kind of, top of the bracket game or not.
Yeah, that one was misses high and inside, so we'll run the count to full here again.
After that gem we saw him throw on Tuesday morning.
Yeah, can he go tomorrow, or does he have to wait till Saturday?
I think it is Saturday.
I think it's
right.
Saturday.
Because he went beyond the 80.
Yep. 3 balls, 2 strikes here. Fouls that one back, staying alive. Good at bat here, good battle.
The more pitches these guys see, you always know that's in the batter's favor. Just try and drive one to the grass here. See if they can get that run in from second.
Yeah, I mean, you still got 1 out left here, or 1 out in the inning. He's going to take that. Hit him?
Nope. It just
ball 4.
Popped out of the catcher's glove.
So officially, Melhoff has 0 at-bats. He's walked twice.
Was that a little inside, Sam?
Yeah. Yep, inside. That's going to bring up your favorite player and mine.
Max Speed?
Number 24.
Max Power Speed?
Max Speed, Max Power.
Oh, he ain't button here.
Yeah, he's not button. The wind died down a little bit. Maybe he can get into one. Let's see. Might be a good pitch to hack at there.
Ooh.
Takes a big hack at that one for strike 2. Working ahead here in the count. You can really do whatever you want here if you're Weedy. Probably stretch the zone here, right, Tyson?
Yeah. Ooh.
And he goes right after him and gets him for strike 3. 3 pitches.
Yeah.
Good morning, good afternoon, good night.
Some great pitches there, and a huge spot for Cade Weedy to get out of that one.
Yes. Yeah, especially there when you got your 5-hitter up, and Max Speed has had a good tournament thus far.
Yeah, you'd say maybe in a perfect world you put a ball on the ground and get out of this inning, but it doesn't get much better than, like you said, good morning, good afternoon, and good night.
Yeah, that'll bring up Jet Peterson. He struck out the last at bat. He's going to take strike 1 there. That's on the corner. And you can see here, like, Jet Peterson's way back in the box here, too, Tyson. He's all the way back there.
Yeah, and these outfielders are just about at a depth where they're going to try to throw somebody out at home. If they have to, if they're forced to.
Great stop there to keep the ball in front of him. It's Michael Oakland battling hard back there for Harrisburg. 2 outs here. See if post 320 can come up with a clutch 2-out hit. Yeah, high and inside there.
Yeah, who's going to be the guy tonight for post 320 that makes that big play, delivers that big blow with the bat?
Yeah, I mean, they've definitely had their opportunities. No doubt about it. That one's going to miss low and outside. And again, Oakland doing a good job of keeping the ball in front of them and keeping those runners on first and second.
He's going to get a pitch to hit here, you think, Sam? Right?
Yeah, I would think so. Yeah, I mean, you don't want to walk him.
Especially when you've had a couple balls that have got away from you.
You know, and Wald's got the only hit of the game, and he's on deck.
Ooh. That was a good one.
Yep, yeah. So now, yeah, the other thing with that is you don't want to go. Now you're at 3-2. It counts full. So we both know what that means. Runners are going to be taken off on the pitch. So now, I mean, if you get a gap or put one down the line, you know that runner. Yeah, that runner from first could go.
That's outside.
Yep, that's way outside. That's going to be ball 4.
And so we've seen a few balls get away from the catcher tonight. Not just his fault, obviously. Just a few passed balls and a few wild throws, but that's a big 90 feet there.
6 walks, Tyson.
6 walks tonight.
Yep, 6 walks on the top of the 3rd.
We're at 72 pitches right now for Weedy.
Yeah. He's gonna have to find it.
Yeah, he's been laboring through some of these innings.
Yeah, and like you said, the stressful innings.
Yeah, all of them.
Yep, for sure. Runner on 3rd, left runner on 3rd at the top of the 1st.
Will the pitcher help out his own cause here, Sam? He is going to. Nope.
It's going to be played perfectly.
Gosh, I just hung up there a little too long.
Yep. So Harrisburg is going to escape the bases loaded jam and come out of that inning unscathed, and we'll go into the bottom of the 3rd, 1-0.
Midwest Foam and Coatings LLC is a family-owned and operated full-service insulation company specializing in spray foam application and energy efficiency. They offer all types of insulation like spray foam, blown-in cellulose, blown-in fiberglass, and fiberglass bats. Midwest Foam and Coatings also does insulation removal along with specialty coating that can restore rubber and metal roof systems. Visit their website for more information at mwfoam.com. Good luck to the Watertown Post 17 baseball team from Midwest Foam and Coatings.
Between working on our farm and being a surgical nurse here at Prairie Lakes for 43 years, my shoulders have been through a lot. I needed a different kind of surgery. It's called a reverse total shoulder replacement. Different shoulders are different. With surgeons like Dr. Johnston here in Watertown, I didn't need a different city, just a different plan.
Prairie Lakes Healthcare System. Your health, our mission.
In the heart of South Dakota, where community and traditions thrive, ReliaBank has been a trusted presence for over a century. From our humble beginnings in 1920, we've grown alongside our communities, committed to financial success and community betterment. At ReliaBank, hometown customer service isn't just a promise, it's our legacy. Your success is our success, so let's keep growing together. Today, tomorrow, and for the next 100 years. Experience banking where hometown values still matter.
Leading off for Harrisburg is going to be the center fielder, Ty Raymond. This is his first at-bat of the game as Harrisburg is still trying to make its way through the lineup here. So far for Harrisburg, no hits yet. Up there swinging though, he's going to get his there tonight, Tyson.
Have they had just the one walk, Sam? Have they had the base runner on, or was it 2 walks?
Yeah, they had we gave him the E8.
Oh yeah.
And then just the 1 walk.
Okay, that's the 2 base runners. Got it.
Going to give him that inside corner there, Tyson. That's going to take 1 ball and 2 strikes, working ahead.
Yeah, Wald has continued to be efficient here.
Yeah, Wald looks good tonight. Keeping everything around the zone, putting the ball in play.
The stadium just holds that one in here, that foul ball.
You know, and real quick, shout out to the Stars fans and the Post 45 fans. You know, it's what, 9 o'clock at night right now?
Yeah, we got a nice crowd.
Yeah, 9 o'clock at night. Yeah, we got a great crowd. Travel well. I have seen some Watertown folks here too, sticking around watching. And the Post 17 kids are still here. They're watching
some good baseball.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, they're going to be. Oh yeah, never mind.
Yeah, they're going to be watching baseball. So after being down 1-2, he brings it all the way back to a full count. Wald does not want to walk the 9-hitter.
No, don't want to lead that inning off with a walk.
Nope, you do not want to walk the 9-hitter here. Let's see how aggressive he gets with him.
Ooh.
Hey, that's a good poke there by Ty Raymond as he knocks one into left field for a base hit. Stayed back, quick hands.
That was a good opener.
Yeah, that was great. So Ty Raymond gets on for Harrisburg's first hit of the night.
Thought we were going to get an in-game interview here from the brainchild of Aero TV.
Yeah, thought he was going to come and join us for a little bit and maybe take over. I thought maybe we were going to get fired for a sec. That's going to bring up the dangerous Eli Kokenge from Harrisburg.
We talked about giving this guy the Bonds treatment at one point, but
we did.
It's tough when you got a guy on first. You want to put him in scoring position, but
interesting here. Did that get him?
What did they call there? Was it a balk?
I don't know, because the Raymond just kind of jogged over to second base. Like
I counted it as a pitch, but I'm not sure if that was a balk.
I mean, he threw it. It looks like it got over him, and the ball didn't get far away from the catcher. But I don't know, man. He just walked over to second. Kokenge is going to rip one down the right field line, and that ball is going to stay fair, and Harrisburg is going to be on the board. Kokenge is going to walk into second base with a stand-up double, and he is jacked.
So I guess you should have walked him.
Yeah,
when he went to second base, I think you should have walked him.
Yeah, you got a base open. You might as well give it to him. That's going to score Raymond from second base.
Here you go, Sam. Give our guy a shout out while he's in here.
And Kokenge is going to go over to second on a stand-up double. And joining us in the booth is...
Can you hear me?
We can hear you. Joining us in the booth is Ryan Remmers.
What a treat.
Yeah, and Remmers, for those of you who don't know, is the brainchild behind Aero TV. Started out this tournament at 3:30 in the morning on Tuesday, getting ready for this, and he's been out here ever since.
Well, that was due to that weather that was supposed to happen that didn't really happen.
Ryan, have you been camping out here at the Watertown Stadium since Tuesday? Have you been home?
I have been home. I'm looking forward to the first game tomorrow being at 4 p.m.
Kokenge is going to scoot over to third. Sorry, Ryan, go ahead.
No, I might even go golfing tomorrow because I think I got time in the morning to go golfing.
Wow.
Your wife has seen you in the last couple of days then, at least, you're saying. No? So maybe you're not going to be golfing tomorrow, in other words.
No. I'll be there. I'll be golfing.
1 ball, 1 strike here to Boshi. So, Ryan, tell us about your experience here the last few days at the Watertown Stadium and what you've done.
Well, it's been a lot of fun. It's been, I'm an old baseball guy, so this is, it's kind of a treat for me to be watching baseball, be out around baseball.
Put your mic a little closer, Mr.
A little closer? All right.
Yeah, act like it's not your first time, Ryan.
Well, usually I'm the one telling you guys that, and I'm not ever having a microphone on me here, but yeah, it's been fun watching baseball. I played in the state tournament here in Watertown last time it was here in 91, 92, something like that. And it's fun to see what they've done out here.
The field look as nice then as it does now?
No, it got, well.
It's a big K there as Bochet gets settled, or gets retired there, and strands Kokenge at first. Go ahead.
Yeah, like Ryan Neal and his crew of all the parents and stuff just doing an amazing job with this field because it didn't look this good even a week ago. It's amazing what they've done out here.
I've heard you've gotten some pretty good compliments of your team so far up there, Mr. Remmers.
Well, you're part of that team, Tyson.
Small part compared to you.
Oh, it drives. So the left fielder took a kind of a goofy angle at it. He went back, and maybe the wind played a factor in there, but he went back and then came in for it, and it dropped right at his feet.
The winds kind of went down. I think he expected it to be a little bit deeper, and
it's going to be an RBI single for Esser. Sorry, go ahead, Ryan.
Well, I wasn't even really saying anything. I'm just listening to you guys talk here.
We could do that all night.
Tyson was talking about some of the compliments that you and your team have gotten so far this tournament.
Yeah, well, I'm fortunate that we've got a really good group of kids. We weren't sure what kind of response we're going to get for the kids, because it's all high school kids and some that are back
Rip up
out.
the middle from Ethan Bales as the onslaught continues for Harrisburg. Go ahead.
Well, this is the middle of the summer, and all these kids got jobs, and they had to take off their regular job to be out here all day for 5 days. We weren't sure if we're going to get a good response, but as it turned out, we got kind of the A-team of Aero TV kids, high school kids, college kids that are used to do this. Now they come back in the summer and help us out. So
Ryan, for those, we've mentioned Aero TV multiple times tonight and through the broadcast, and for our Harrisburg listeners and our Rapid City listeners, why don't you give us a little brief history about what Aero TV is and how it became?
Yeah, well, I was refereeing a sophomore basketball game, 3 or 4 years ago now, and Craig Boyens, the activities director at Watertown High School, snagged me at halftime and said, any kids that would be interested in doing graphic work for these new video boards they're installing? And I went home and I had 3 kids at high school at the time, and talked to my own kids, and they said, no, Dad, that's stupid. We want to watch the games with our friends, not do this. And so a couple days later, they had a change of heart. They had a bunch of their friends that wanted to do it too, so got to spend their last 2 years of their high school career hanging out with my own kids, up above you guys, and in the production booth.
That is Tate Muncie.
Oh!
Did he catch? He caught that. What a catch! What a catch by the Stars first baseman.
We're going to have to get a read. Here it comes, Sam.
Max speed with max effort. Absolute incredible catch. Giving up his body and slamming face first into the fence, and then having the wherewithal to come up and throw it in, and not allowing the runners to advance more than just the one base.
What an awesome play.
Wow. I told you, he's my favorite player in the tournament. Max speed with max effort.
That was
outstanding.
You might need to check on that fence, see if it's okay.
So, assuming that he's all right and he gets up and continues the games, it's going to be one of those situations where we see a tape outline on the fence tomorrow. His teammates are going to come out and put a little.
Was it Aaron Rowan, the center fielder for the Phillies that crashed into the fence just like that?
Wow.
Here we're going to see.
Yeah, look at the replay here. Absolutely concentration, a phenomenal concentration and effort, and he literally slams face first into the fence. Shout out to the umpire. He was on top of it, saw the whole thing, was right there, gets the out, and max speed is going to stay in.
That he was about a foot to the right of
because that hole
there.
Yep.
Great camera work by your team too, Mr. Remmers, as always.
Yeah. Let's see who is. That's third. That's Mason Mogg. He's going to be I think he's going to be a senior at Watertown High School this next year, running our third base camera tonight.
Well done, Mason.
Maybe
they just get him out? Did he leave first early?
That's what I was. What if they appealed it?
Yeah, they appealed it, and I thought I saw the motion from the umpire.
He gave him the "What are you doing?"
Okay, Mason's going to be a junior. Okay, they're going to try it again.
I thought you'd at least signify safe.
Well, yeah, the umpire's not giving any indication, so I wonder if they're not doing the appeal correctly.
That's what I'm wondering, because there is a process. The ball was dead there, so he has to engage the rubber, put the ball back into play. But
and I felt like he did that. But we're gonna move on. This is gonna bring up Michael Oakland, the catcher. Okay, go ahead about the history again, Remmers, of Aero TV.
So we started out with just a group of high school kids doing that, and the first couple of years, these kids were just doing it for free. They were just for fun. But then obviously the two of you guys here with Dakota Land and DFS came to the table, 2 years ago, 3 years ago now?
I think 2 years ago. 2 years ago.
And started sponsoring all this stuff that we're doing on Aero TV, exclusive sponsorships, so we're able to pay.
320 Stars are going to get out of it with the strike from Michael Oakland. Do we need to go to a commercial, Ryan?
Yeah, we'll just keep it here. Let's keep talking.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, so go ahead.
We played enough commercials, I think. They got to be happy with the production and the commercials. But so yeah, I mean, now this week we're obviously on Post 17 TV, but normally we're YouTube channel Aero TV. that we have there are able to pay the kids. They get $35 a game, and most of the volunteer stuff is the adults are just kind of volunteering their time to do everything. It's an amazing amount of work that the adults put into it too. But
we've heard from some of the colleges that how amazed they are what these kids are able to do.
Yeah,
these
like
high school kids.
The two. In fact, hey, if you guys are still listening to us up there, there you go.
They are.
Cut to that. And then, so that's the crew. And we'll this is a sneak peek because Jeremy Haribold's going to come up here and we're going to talk to some of these kids in the middle of the fourth in their KXLG segment inside the game. But so you've got a group of kids inside of there that, some of them have gone off to college and then they go do work like this at the college level. My own two boys are doing that at SDSU right now, and I'll tell you what, the people down at SDSU love when we send them kids because they're ready-made to do production work down there. They don't have to really train them in. So.
And with the Aero TV, we do all the football games.
Yep.
We do all the boys and girls basketball games. We do the volleyball games as well. Talk a little bit about what makes it difficult and challenging to do everything.
Well, it's the time constraints really more than anything. The stuff in the arena where everything is all set up and ready to go and it's weatherproof.
Yep.
It's a little simpler. It's like the stuff out here when we're outdoors, you can't just leave these cameras out there, so you have to pack it all in at the end of the night. It just makes it a little more challenging that way.
Yeah, and and the other part is that all the adults are all volunteers, right? And so we're doing 5-6 football games a year, and 20 basketball games a year, and so
I think this last year was 57 live broadcasts we did during the last school year.
57.
Yeah.
57.
Yeah, because we had the extended football season.
Does that count like graduations when you do that? I saw you have that on there as well.
Graduations, chorus concerts, orchestra concerts.
Not always just the sports that we get after.
We even did a little coverage for the state debate tournament in town last year. We didn't take the cameras in there because that would have been a little weird. You don't want to make those kids any more nervous than they already are. But we did interviews with the kids and would show them at halftime of the broadcast.
Got to do some portraits with some Sodak 16 games as well, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, that was great. And when Dakota Land and DFS got involved, it kind of changed the game a little bit for Aero TV. It allowed you and your team to get some new equipment.
Yeah, now we get a little budget every year that we can kind of upgrade some equipment and so it's no longer a shoestring budget and donated stuff. It's truly.
In fact, the first Aero TV broadcast was done without a announcing team, correct?
Yeah. I was still a referee in basketball games.
It's gonna be a strikeout for Ethan Wilson here.
And during timeouts, I was trying to round up people that hey, would you be willing to broadcast the varsity game for us? And they go, no, I'm not doing that.
The budget was originally out of the bank of Ryan Remmers too, if I remember right.
Yeah, out of the pocket of Ryan Remmers.
Yeah.
Could bring up Casey Kostenbauer.
I gotta go talk to Jeremy. We're gonna do a little segment here at the end of this.
Appreciate you joining us.
Yeah,
that's a nice treat for us,
Brian. I'm telling you guys, he is one of the most humble, talented people you'll ever meet in your life. He's pretty humble, but this whole production is all out of his mind. He lays the graphics, he puts down all the work. Tyson and I do football, and we've got another team that does volleyball and the basketball stuff, and we get so much love, because we're in front of the camera and we're talking about the games and everything. But it's all Ryan Remmers and it's the team behind us that puts this things on, that makes it as good as it is. And as Casey Kostenbauer there, looks like he gets hit on that front foot there, so he's gonna limp on over to first base. But yeah, it was great to have him here, have Ryan in the booth with us and visit with us a little bit. And man, max speed, holy cow!
that fence looks crooked.
Yeah.
I mean, he crushed that thing.
Yeah, that was wild.
But yeah, just another shout out to Remmers. Everything he's done is awesome. I know some of the idea obviously goes to Mr. Boyens as well, but it's one thing to have the idea and then to run with it like Mr. Remmers has done and turn it into what it's become. It's been awesome. It's been as you would echo, it's been great to be a part of it.
Yeah.
But he's been incredible to work with.
Speaking of incredible to work with, I just got a text from Scott Johnson, and he says if we want him to continue to watch the broadcast, we can't talk about current and ex-Philly players.
I'd get behind that.
So him and his wife went to Philly, and they're big Cardinals fans, great baseball fans.
Must have a bunch of stuff thrown at them. And
well, they were in Philly for a conference, and the giveaway was a vest. So Scott's wife, Carrie, says, hey, I got this great Philly vest if you want it. And I was like, yeah, of course, my wife will wear it. And I ran into Scott a month and a half later or so watching a baseball game here, actually. And Scott walks up to me and shake his hand, and he goes, would you do me a favor? He goes, my basement is just musty and smells awful. That vest has been sitting out there for 6 weeks.
Please come get it and get it out of here.
Excuse me. Yeah, great baseball fans, the Johnstons are. Big Cardinals fans.
Can't be perfect, right?
Yeah. Well, there's worse teams to be fans of.
That's true. The Mets, the Dodgers.
Yep. Yankees. All right, back to our game here. 3-1, top of the fourth here, as the Stars do get a runner on. That was after the Kostenbauer hit pitch. This is Jonah Blake at the bat here now, the catcher who's had a little rough go of it. Bring the count full here to 3-2. Tyson, this game has really had a lot. That catch by Max Speed was absolutely incredible.
That was nuts. We didn't even know if he held on right away, and he gets up and he's looking where to throw the ball.
Yeah, just all-out effort there.
That's going to get down.
He's going to get a rope there into left field. All right, Stars challenging here a little bit. First and second, nobody on. Or excuse me, just the one out.
Yeah, this is different for them. They're not used to trailing in a game, Sam.
Yeah, it's the first time they've trailed all tournaments.
But battling back here with one down, looking to tie this ball game up at the very least.
That's going to bring up Aiden Bird. Struck out the first inning, walked in the third inning.
This will be the 90th pitch here for Cade Weedy, so keep an eye on his pitch count here. About 15 pitches more to go after this one.
Yeah, now is 105 the max, Tyson?
The max in the one game, yes.
Can they finish the at-bat? If the at-bat starts at 104, can they go to 110?
Sounds like no.
So 105 just shuts them down.
Yeah. I might have lost a pitch too there when we were visiting with Mr. Remmers, but I know it's right in that 90 range. It's at least been 90, I know that.
Johnson said his basement stinks terribly.
So it's still there?
Yeah.
Just throw it outside. Hopefully some ravaged doggos and picks that has something to sleep on tonight.
Skunk will walk by and say, nope, not that one. Too stinky. 1-1 count here. Stars are threatening here to tie this one up. Going to get ahead in the count here at 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 runners on. Top of the fourth. Inside.
Billy McElhaney over at Roy's used to always have a poker tournament, and everyone time you got eliminated, he'd give away some unique, weird, kind of ugly prize.
Sure.
Maybe you could donate that to Billy McElhaney.
Wow. That is an awful take. Bird works the count to full. Stars have really put themselves in a good position here to tie this game up this inning and potentially take the lead.
Pitcher's going to grab a quick second here.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's approaching 100 pitches. It's the 4th inning. He's, probably a little tired at this time, a little fatigued.
I think he's just making sure, he catches his breath here.
Yep. It's an important pitch. This is an important at-bat in the game. We were right about at the midway point of the game here. First time you've been down in the tournament.
See where we get here.
Big scenario, big spot here for both teams.
Good pitch.
He's going to get him on the corner there. Strike 3, great pitch, great location.
That was a great pitch.
Yeah, and shout out to Harrisburg's catcher for coming out and just having the conversation. Say the catchers are the quarterbacks of the field, of the baseball field. Only guy on the entire field that can see, or the only guy on the field that can see the entire field.
Good backhand by third baseman.
Harrisburg does a good job of getting out of there. we'll go into the bottom of the fourth.
Rapid City Post 3:20 in the top of the fourth. No runs, one hit, no Harrisburg errors, and 2 runners left. 97 pitches for Weedy. 97 pitches.
And welcome. It's KXLG Inside the Game here during our last game here on this Thursday night. We're in the control room right now, and boy, we got a lot of people in here. We got Ryan. You were just talking, Ryan, about Aero TV and Post 17 TV here for the tournament. This is kind of what everybody's seeing. There are a lot of screens, a lot going on. I'm confused.
Well, to somebody who's kind of in this business, it's probably not that confusing. But yeah, it's what do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people in here tonight.
And an air conditioner.
And an air conditioner. That was the number one. Got to keep the equipment warm or cool.
Absolutely. So there's a lot going on here. You're kind of telling people about it, but this not something that was easy to put up. You had to set all this up, and you spent many days and nights and very early mornings doing this.
Yeah, it was a lot of work. You can see here just stringing all the cables and setting up all the monitors and the computers and everything to make it work. And this is just the stuff in here, the platforms and the scissor lifts and stuff like that out there.
Well, you definitely went above and beyond here for this state tournament coverage, and we've heard great things from everybody about it. Definitely pretty awesome. How did you learn how to do this?
Stumbled upon it, really. We didn't start like this. We started with one camera and then thought, well, maybe we can put 2 cameras in here. How are we going to change between those 2 cameras? And, and eventually solved that problem.
One of the situations a couple of weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, we started talking about this, and you had to figure out how to make this old football stadium, baseball stadium, ready for something like this event, which took a lot.
Yeah, 1941. So they didn't put Ethernet cables inside this concrete in 1941.
We'll turn it back to the crew here. Thanks so much, Ryan. Thanks, guys, for all you do. That's another edition of KXLG Inside the Game.
All right, thanks, Jeremy. Thanks, Ryan. It's Jeremy Herbold from KXLG here in town, doing a great job of giving us an inside look at the Aero TV team up there, and Ryan Remmers and his team, and we hinted on that earlier. Up here for Harrisburg, striking out is Kason Severson.
Good start there for Noah Wald.
That's going to bring up Griffin. He's the second baseman, number 4, as we had talked about the last game. Best number in the entire world. I mean, it's just science, Tyson. It's facts.
I'm not going to disagree with you.
It's not a matter of opinion.
My twin brother would agree. I was his favorite number.
Doesn't he wear number 24?
That's me.
And he's 17.
Yep.
High there for ball 2.
Yeah, give a shout out to the Big Ugly, my twin brother.
Yeah, the Big Ugly. 3-0, good job here by Griffin, working the account in his favor. Griffin grounded out to the second baseman to end the second inning. Doing a good job here of working the count in his favor. Heavy bat, I would imagine. Ooh, about took one off the dome there. Harrisburg gets the leadoff hitter aboard here for the second time in 2 innings.
The first batter struck out on 2 pitches.
I'm sorry. Yep, Kaysen did strike out. You're right. You're right. It's getting dark here, man. I can barely see my book.
It is.
9:30. I'm usually in bed.
You and me both.
Ty Raymond singled his last at bat, and then later went on to score from the double by Eli Kokenge. And let me tell you what, if you're post 320, you do not want guys up when Kokenge comes up to the plate. Good swing there by Raymond.
Only 52 pitches for Noah Wald so far.
He's doing well.
Compared to the 97 for Cade Weedy.
Yeah, and Wald's got a nice pickoff move. Wald's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Ks under his belt here as well.
Weedy's in line for the win though currently.
Yeah, for sure. Yep, he's done a good job of just holding him to the 1 run.
Yeah, just that first inning had a little blemish there, and he's been strong since.
Yeah, we got a timeout here by the batter.
Even when he hasn't been quite as strong, he's found the pitches he's needed to get out of those innings.
Yeah, I mean, the fact of the matter is regardless of what the pitch count is, I mean, there's only one number in all of baseball that matters, and that's the score, obviously. And right now, Harrisburg's clinging on to a 2-1 lead, but they're threatening. Listen, Eli Kokenge is a problem.
Yeah,
and he's waiting there on deck, waiting to do some more damage, and you need to keep guys off base when he comes up.
I just don't think you can pitch to him.
Yeah. I mean, we talked about it half jokingly as we get a cool split screen here, courtesy of Aero TV with the runner on first base and the pitcher. It's going to bring the count to 1-2. But we talked about it half jokingly earlier today that if we would give the Bonds treatment to Kokenge, and you got to consider it. He was 4 for 4 yesterday, and he's already done big damage today.
I think the big thing was when he was on first base originally, and he ended up getting a second thing on a pass ball, or that weird balk thing that we're still not sure what happened.
Yeah.
When the base is open, I think that's when you got to put him on.
I love the split screen here from Aero TV. We're getting a runner on first, and we're getting the pitcher. As this one is going to go into shallow right field, the second baseman's going to call him off. We're going to get out number 2. And that's going to bring up the man himself, Eli Kokenge.
Man, it's...
Now, if you're that runner on first, you don't dare steal.
No, absolutely not. You can't take the bat out of his hand with somebody on base. I'd still not give him anything good to hit. I'm not doing the intentional walk, but the intentional walk is coming.
Yep. I don't disagree.
Everything's low and outside.
Yep. Or high, or push it on his hands. Yeah, there's your low and outside. Good call, and he hacks away at that one.
I mean, he's, other than the defensive side, he's got his one line drive down the right field line, and he scored after it. He's the reason they're in front right now.
Yeah, yep. Yeah, Wald is showing a pretty good pickoff mood there, Tyson.
Yeah, he better not get picked off with this guy up to bat.
No. You want guys on, and in the event that he did get picked off, and then you come in the next inning, I think you just walk him.
Yeah, 100%.
Nobody on, just walk
100%.
him.
I think the guy in first knows that if that ball goes on the right field line again, he's got to get in.
Yeah, here he's going to ground out over to third, and they're going to get him. Way to get out of there.
Big way to end the inning.
Big way to end the inning. We're going into the top of 5.
Stop into Roy's Sports Shop for the newest and latest apparel, footwear, and equipment for your sports. Whether it's a new bat from Marucci, a glove from Rawlings, a new pair of shoes from Under Armour or Adidas, or a pair of Oakley sunglasses, Roy's Sports Shop has what you need. Check out their online spirit store for apparel from your favorite team or school. Let them know if you'd like to start a new online store for your team or organization. Roy's Sports Shop is a local business that has served our area for the past 50 years. Roy's Sports Shop, East Highway 212, Watertown.
Whether you're cheering on your team from across the state or across the country, just know, right here in Watertown, Sharp Automotive is driving hometown pride forward. From new Chevys and GMCs to trusted service and parts, Sharp Automotive is proud to support South Dakota Legion Baseball in the next generation of hometown heroes. Shop online anytime at sharpgm.com. We'll be here when you're ready. Sharp Automotive, driven to serve and proud to support all baseball fans.
Tyson, earlier in the last game that we did, and we talked about it a little bit at the beginning of this game with the 4 umpires on the field. We did talk about how good the umpires have been and how consistent they've been, and how it's an honor for them to be at this field, at this game. And Ryan has a story about these umpires that he wanted to share with us.
Yeah, so between one of the games I was on here talking to some of the Legion officials, and I just asked them how these umpires were selected, because I was told that they were kind of the best of the best in the state like that, right? Mm-hmm. And I've had the luxury, we just saw it at the last break there, had the luxury of sitting up in the booth watching multiple camera angles of replays. for the last, what have we been doing this, three days now? This is the third day?
Yeah, third day.
Probably the 11th or 12th game. And we have not seen a single missed call yet. It's amazing. And we're talking about multiple camera angles. And a lot of close plays, and the umpires have gotten everything right, as far as we can tell from our camera angles, which is amazing. Just as a former umpire a long time ago, and I know, Sam, you're an umpire. Cam, who's been doing some of the games, also did some umpiring.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen, and on top of that, we've seen a lot of controversial calls.
Yeah.
We've seen a lot of bang calls, but each umpire has done a fantastic job of being in the right position, making the call, and from your point of view and perspective,
taking control of the game. There was we'll pause here and let the play unfold.
Ooh, that's going to be roped into right field. Center fielder.
Oh, he dropped it!
Center fielder jumps right in front of the right fielder, drops it, and that's going to advance the runner to second, and that's Colton Melhoff. And a big mistake there by Harrisburg. Maybe a miscommunication between the center. Well, the right fielder backed off, so I think the center fielder called it, Tyson.
Yeah, the center fielder did end up calling him off, and he was in the right position. He just kind of muffed it there. I guess that's an error. There's really no way to look.
Yeah,
can't cut it any differently.
100% that's an EA, and we'll see if max speed can be max clutch here and knock him in. Go ahead, Ryan.
Well, right there was a case in point. These guys are not used to working a four-man crew, and you see there the second base umpire went out to make the catch, no catch call. Third base umpire rotated over to second base to make that safe out call, and home plate was ready to come to third base to cover his partner there.
And then the first base umpire would rotate down to home plate.
And like, these guys are not used to working a four-man crew, and they just did it flawlessly. And not only that, he was 4 feet. His eyeballs were 4 feet away from second base and was in the perfect position to see that. Turned out to be not a very close play.
Well, the 3 games we've done, I can't think of one issue that has ever really popped up. You know, can you, Sam?
No, and on the game yesterday where Kokenge missed home on the home run, you don't make that call unless you are 1,000,000% sure that he didn't touch the plate. And that home plate umpire did a great job of watching. That's his only job. His only job in that situation is to watch and make sure that the batter runner touches the plate. And shout out to the umpire and shout out to whoever made the appeal, and they got the call right. But through that, Kokenge just showed his character and integrity by handling that interview.
What a big pitch!
Yeah. A massive pitch there as they get Speed striking out for the second time today. But Kokenge showed his maturity, his character, and integrity by how he handled that interview, and it's been pretty impressive.
I'm looking at the umpire during that replay, and there again, his eyeballs are right where they need to be, standing right there in the background of the image as we're slowly rolling that backwards and forwards, and he was right there to make the call.
This brings up Jet Peterson, who is 0 for 1 on the day, struck out his first at bat, walked his second at bat, got stranded at first. Pitch count's got to be getting up there, Tyson.
We're only a pitch or two away here.
We'll see what happens. I mean, I guess I don't know. Ryan, do you know if he exceeds that 105 pitch count, can he finish the at-bat, or does he get called out immediately?
My understanding is he finishes the at-bat,
so this is his last batter.
Gets to finish the inning.
This is his last batter then. He's at 105.
Okay, that's going to be ball 3, a 3-0 count here. Well ahead is Jet Peterson.
Sam, they did switch pitchers.
Did they switch pitchers on us? Ryan was talking too much.
No, sorry about that.
That's okay. I said that would have been 105.
Yeah, I can't see his number, Tyson.
1?
Is it 1 or 7?
1 or 7.
Is it 7? It's 7. Okay.
Ethan Beek, the shortstop, switched over to pitch.
Yeah. Apologies for that. That's 100% my fault.
Okay.
I should have been paying a better attention as number 7, Ethan Beek, is your new pitcher. And Jet Peterson walks. So that's going to bring up 29, Noah Wold, still pitching for the Stars.
He's trying to get himself off the hook of the L right now.
Stars threatening here. They need to piece something here together.
You going to go to right field again, Sam?
Yeah, he seems to be a push hitter. Snuck one by the second baseman his first at bat, and then flew out to right field his second at bat.
I'm surprised they're not even laying on a bunt here. Would have been maybe not with one out, I suppose.
He's going to go up the middle, and it's going to find a hole. They're going to send him, and the throw's going to. He waited on the throw a little bit there. He hesitated before throwing home, and that's going to bring in the tying run. And Noah Wold, have yourself a game, young man.
I love seeing the pitcher help out his own cause. I absolutely love it. I don't miss it in the MLB, but I love seeing it here.
Yeah, and that error in center field proves to be very, very costly.
And that's a communication thing as well. I mean, someone's got to be telling him he's going home, whether it's the left fielder or the shortstop. Somebody's got to be telling him where to go with that ball. That hesitation is all it took for get that runner in pretty easily.
And he's got a good arm there too, and he threw it good. He threw it hard to the plate, but there was hesitation as he pump faked maybe twice before he threw it.
To me, it looked like he didn't believe the guy was actually going, like he was just rounding and didn't know whether to just back pick at.
And that's where that communication factor comes in. Somebody has got to, where his eyes are on the ball, making sure he's looking down on fielding his glove clean. Somebody's got to tell him where to go with it. I think his coach is just surprised no ball was coming in either.
Yeah, the throw's a little bit off the line, but I feel like he may have had some extra time. And in baseball, I mean, geez, a split second might as well be an eternity.
Yeah, the extra second he held, even if the throw is up the line just a hair, you got a chance for the catcher to get back.
Yep, for sure. And now we got runners on first and second here with one out, and we've got a tie ball game.
Heck of a night by Noah Wald, though.
Yeah, have yourself a night, young man. I mean, right now he's a player of the game for sure. Good job by the catcher there, picking that one out. And now we're 100% under the lights right now. I mean, it is very dark outside, and we got a tie game here late into the night, a little brisk.
Beautiful night for baseball.
Beautiful, yeah, absolutely. Ooh, that one's gonna sting a little bit.
Give him the back of the head, Sam?
No, I think it's a shoulder blade.
Yeah, I think it got him above the numbers, but he'll wear it proudly as he walks over to first, and the bases are loaded.
Ryan Neal walking by. We got to get him set up here.
We tried last night. He looked back. He heard his name, and he's marching off now.
He was probably preoccupied then, but maybe tomorrow when
we'll have to nail him down.
Listen, Ryan Neal is not just the manager and head coach of Post 17. He's the executive director of Watertown Baseball Association. That guy is doing 2 full-time jobs.
Yeah, especially this week.
Yeah, and doing it pretty effortlessly and selflessly.
You talk about having a good crew. He's got his mom over there feeding everybody lunch, keeping everybody fed. It's a family affair. They've done a fantastic job tonight, the whole weekend.
Yeah. Well, right. Yeah, I mean, we could give Neal his flowers all night long, but right now we've got one heck of a baseball game in front of us. As the bases are loaded here and one out, and the Stars are trying to regain the lead after relinquishing it early. And up for the...
that was a ball, huh? 2-0 count now.
Yeah, up for the Stars here. This is Kaysen Kostenbauer.
You got to make him throw you one.
That one's going to catch a corner. 2 balls, 1 strike to Kostenbauer here as he's looking to just put anything in play.
Yeah, can you elevate a ball to get into the outfield just to get your guy to tag up here from third?
Yeah, at this point, I mean, if you're Kostenbauer, no, he's going to get it. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And I think if you're Kostenbauer, all you're trying to do here is elevate and celebrate. Put anything in the green. Anything in the green.
And if you put on the ground, you got to beat out that ball.
Yeah.
No double plays.
That's going to bring it full. Tyson, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Bases loaded in the top of the 5th, and a big spot in this game. Especially if he gets on, it brings up the leadoff hitter.
He got him.
Yep. Bended his knees a little bit there, found a corner. Backwards K, and that's going to bring off the leadoff hitter, Jonah Blake.
That was a good pitch.
That was a great pitch. Little ice in that young man's veins. Look at that haircut, Tyson. You wear that haircut?
If you're him, you can. Not me.
You put that on?
No, I can't wear that. Looks a lot better on him than it does on me.
I feel like you could pull that off. Looks nice.
Maybe 10, 15 years ago.
Jonah Blake's going to come up in a clutch spot. Nobody better than him, leadoff hitter.
The catcher.
Singled to left his first at-bat, or excuse me, his last at-bat. I think he was taken the whole way there.
Yeah, see if they can start off this count 1-0. They've gotten quite a few of those tonight, but not on that one.
Struck out his first 2 at-bats, did single in his last at-bat. A little soft two-hopper to the third baseman.
Great play by the first baseman to hold on to that one.
Picks it, and the umpire is right there to call him out for out 3.
2-2.
Ryan, do we need to go to a commercial, or do we stay here?
We can stay here for a little bit.
Well, the mic is yours, sir.
Yeah,
Take the floor.
Because I was just giving the umpire some props there, so I had to look and see, like, it would be that announcer jinx. But it looked to me like on that replay there that they had it. They got it right again. And at the risk of irritating the Harrisburg and Rapid City fans, we got a great baseball game going on here.
Fantastic.
I've been here for a couple innings talking about the production and stuff too. So I'll apologize to you guys if you don't want to hear about this kind of stuff. But we thought it was important just to kind of come and talk a little bit about what it takes to put on a production like this. So again, I just apologize for. I want to let you guys get back to finishing out the last few innings of this. What's turned out to be a really good baseball game. So.
Yeah, I think, we appreciate the patience of the Rapid fans and the Harrisburg fans. But if we could maybe get to Cam 6 there in between innings here real quick, if we could show Cam. I mean, that's not just an iPhone, folks. I mean, look at the equipment in there and look at what they're doing. And, we've got stats and you can explain that stuff better than I can, obviously. Yeah, I mean, it's not just an iPhone, like I said.
Yeah, like when you see when the guy comes up to bat and they got that he's 2 for 4 with a ground out in the third, that doesn't magically happen. That's a kid there that is looking at Game Changer and updating a stat graphic for when that player does come up to bat. So it takes a lot of work, and we don't have. Our scoreboard here isn't brand new. It's not like we're getting live real-time data from the scoreboard. So that's a kid that's manually doing the balls and strikes separate from the guy in the other press box that's doing the scoreboard balls and strikes. So yeah, it's a little bit of work that they're doing in there.
Yeah, pretty impressive. That they say it takes a village, and to put a production like this on, it definitely takes a village. We're not. Putting a huddle cam at center field and just leaving it there, I mean, this is pretty impressive, and I hope the fans from all around the state that have tuned in and watched on Post 17 TV, I hope they've enjoyed the experience and the production, and I know for sure they've enjoyed some great baseball as we go into the bottom of the 5th here in a tied game 2-2.
Yeah, and I'll get out of your guys' hair, and let's finish out the rest of this good game. So.
Thanks, Ryan.
Mr. Remmers.
Appreciate you.
Appreciate having you.
Always good having you here. That's Ryan Remmers, folks. Good dude and brainchild of the best production of high school sports in the state of South Dakota. All right, Tyson, this is going to bring up Noah Boucher, and this is a young man not to be messed with either. He is also a very, very feared hitter.
Yeah, typically they're what's kind of looked like their second best hitter throughout this tournament. Wald goes after him early still here.
Yeah, he's going to even up the count here at 1 each. Boucher's looking for his first hit of this game, but he had a big hit in the first game.
Yeah, really broke that first one open. The big grand slam.
This one's going to be a routine play to short. Goes out and gets it. Delivers a dart across the field. That's going to be out number 1. Really nice play there by the shortstop. Real textbook there as, gets his glove on the dirt, gets it out there, goes after the ball, doesn't wait for it to come to him. Takes his time and throws a nice accurate throw across the field for out number 1.
And to Harrisburg's credit, they've hit a lot of balls hard tonight. A lot.
Yeah.
Don't have a ton to show for it. But there's another one.
Yep, that one's going to fall for a single.
It's just that some of them have fallen
differently, didn't it?
Yeah, some of them have fallen, and a lot of them haven't.
That almost sounded like he was swinging a wood bat. I mean, I'm sure he wasn't.
No, but I know what you mean.
The sound of that one was different than the ting that we've heard all tournament.
But they've had a lot of those hard hits tonight, and it's, the last 2 games they got a lot to show for it. tonight it just hasn't quite been the case.
Just going to bring up Ethan Bales. He is 1 for 2, singled his last at bat and struck out his first at bat on a backwards K. And if you're Harrisburg here, you need to get through the lineup a little bit. You know, you started with your 2-hitter, you're at your 3-hitter now. You know, if you can get down to that 7-8 batter this inning and put yourself in position to make a run in the 6th, you want the lead in the bottom of the 6th.
I mean, you're to the point, you know, at this point in the game where Wall's not coming out. He's in the, I total it back up in the 65 pitch range.
There's a hanger there that's going to go to short. Not going to get the runner at first. Rushes the throw.
Yeah, he couldn't get out of
the runner at second.
He couldn't quite get out of his glove there when he looked at second.
Yeah, he looked at second, and then it kind of pumped a little bit there, and maybe couldn't get a good feel of the ball, and then ended up throwing that one away.
I get why he looks.
So
at
yeah,
second.
he looks at
Totally
second.
Get it.
Yep. And then just has to adjust his body is all. That's a tough play.
If he goes to one with it the whole way, he gets you out easy. But it's that hesitation. Then he kind of flutters with the ball there in his hand and costs him an extra out, and then the runner from second moves up to third, which is a little bit worse here with only one down.
Yeah, it brings up Tate Muncie.
Can Noah Wald find a way to get out of this jam?
You know, if he does, he's a magician, Tyson. We haven't seen a double play. We saw a couple double plays the first game.
Not a lot of traditional ones, right?
No, we were talking about it at work today, and this is a time 4.
Not going to get it.
3. Bang!
Oh, wow.
Banged him out on a 4.63. And if your math is as good as mine, 4.63 equals 2. Wow.
What a play.
That'll take us to the bottom of the 6th inning.
Sam.
Woo! That was a great turn. Ooh.
Good luck to the Watertown Post 17 baseball team from Tony Arnold Construction. If you're looking for a general contractor for custom homes in and around the Watertown area or are in need of residential, commercial home, and commercial home remodeling, give Tony Arnold Construction a call at 605-880-8497 or email TonyArnoldConstruction@gmail.com. Good luck to the Watertown Post 17 baseball team from Tony Arnold Construction.
Baseball fans, stop into the Wheel Inn for some home-cooked food. Open 7 days a week, serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner with the best staff in town. Plus, online ordering is available. Visit WatertownWheelIn.com to order your favorites. Come to the Wheel Inn before or after the game for your home-cooked favorites. Open daily, 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. on Highway 20 in Watertown. Good luck to the Watertown Arrows in the State A Legion Tournament from the staff at the Wheel Inn.
Oh, wow.
Tyson, we come into the top of the 6th here with the score of 2-2 after a 4-6-3 double play. And we looked at the replay a bunch of times, and I think we're split, but it doesn't matter what we think because that young man over there at first base said he's out, so he's out.
And we play on here in the top of the 6th.
And we start off the top of the 6th with a nice single right up the middle. That's by Addison Bird. And the Stars put the leadoff runner on. It's going to bring up Tegan Sales. Tegan walked, flew out.
He didn't bunt earlier when he had somebody in scoring, like to get him in scoring position. So we'll see if the shortstop does it now.
Yeah, he walked and flew out to right, and then grounded out to third. A little pick action back door.
Are you surprised at all with the small ball in game 1 and not applying it here? Yes.
Yeah, because we did see Sales lay down a bunt against post 22.
And maybe it's the hitter. Maybe it's you want this guy swinging the bat. I'm just wondering what your thoughts are.
I mean, I personally, I like small ball. I do. I think it's a little untraditional to do it with your 3-hitter.
Right.
And I like the fact now that he's swinging away. I mean, let him cook. And here, I mean, that's an uncompetitive pitch. Shout out to Emmanuel Clase. So he runs the count to 3-0, and he's well ahead in the count. That bat right now can't leave his shoulder.
Absolutely not.
No, can't leave his shoulder. Tries to sell it a little bit there, like leaning back and buckling the knees a little bit, but
act like you're gonna throw the bat as you're walking to first.
Yep, for sure.
Never want to show that umpire up and home plate.
No, gosh, no. Hey, good job here by, and forgive me, I'm sorry, who's pitching for?
Number 7, it is Ethan Beek, switched into pitcher.
Yeah, and he was playing short.
Yep.
But good job by Beek here, coming all the way back.
Right.
And let's see if he can complete it. 3 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out, runner on first.
Low, that's really low.
Uncompetitive pitch.
See if he's going to get to third, Sam. He is not.
No, I mean, thank goodness that
wall is so hard to play off if it doesn't hit the mat.
Well, that pad is, that slows things down a lot. I mean, right behind that pad is just concrete.
We saw one get over, obviously, to the home team's dugout over there. So you never know if that runner gets all the way from first to third.
So now this brings up Melhoff,
and you don't want to bunt here probably either.
No, Melhoff has got 2 walks on this game, and then he's the one that hit the ball to center field.
Bunting. Good bunt.
Yeah, nobody there at third. Executed perfectly.
Yes, beautiful.
Perfectly from Colton Melhoff, who is also your cleanup hitter. And he does just an absolutely sensational job.
Just a great team player.
Of sacrificing himself for the team.
You want to be the hero. You want to drive in the game. Go ahead, RBI. But that's what the team needed there, was get guys on second, third. Now a base knock could score 2. Even a sac fly scores 1 and gets the lead back.
And guess who's up? Max speed.
Max power. Max effort.
Yes, max everything. Let's see if he's max clutch here in the 6th.
They're going to walk him. That's a good move.
Yeah, you got a base open. I agree. I 100% agree. Put him on.
You want to see your suicide squeeze now, Sam? You've been asking for it.
Oh, Jet Peterson.
I don't think the center fielder is going to lay down a bunt here, but wouldn't that be cool? Wouldn't that be something?
All right, big spot here in this game. Potential game-changing spot here.
To be fair, Sam, everything we've asked for, we've kind of seen. We saw a 9-3 putout.
We did.
We saw a double play from center to first.
Yeah, and we saw a delayed squeeze.
Yep.
So we've been blessed.
Some web gems. We saw Max almost take out the fence.
2 balls, no strikes here as Jet Peterson trying to put the Stars back in the lead here late in this game, as we are 1,000% under the lights at this point, Tyson. That one's going to be outside, and again, a non-competitive pitch. 3-0 here. You know what? And if you're Jet Peterson, you might as well not even have a bat in your hands.
I think
put it down.
I think it might be the next 2 pitches. I think you get 2 red lights here. I really do.
I don't disagree one bit. Might as well not even have that thing in your hands. You are not swinging, and he misses. That's going to walk in the go-ahead run.
Post 320.
320 retakes the lead for the first time since the first inning, Tyson.
Hey, Sam, do you see that number 3, Tegan Sales? After that walk, he rounded third, just like, hey, guys, in case you're not paying attention, I might come around with him.
Yeah, I like it.
The catcher was paying attention for Harrisburg.
Leave it to the catcher. The catcher's always paying attention.
Michael Oakland. He's not sleeping.
Nope. Catcher's always paying attention. We're going to get a new pitcher here, Tyson. Maybe I should pay attention to that. Because the last time we had a new pitcher, I was not paying attention to that, and I screwed everything up.
I wonder if they put Beek back at shortstop, probably. I would think.
Who we seeing here, Tyson?
I didn't see anybody warming up in the pen.
Is it Johan Duran? Shout out to Scott Johnson.
No, he's on his way to Philly.
Yeah, he is.
Oh, wait. Where they at right now?
They're going to Philly.
They're at home?
Yeah, they got the Tigers. Caden's going to see Wheeler and Skubal on Saturday.
Oh, that'll be cool.
Yeah. But tonight we're going to see Rapid and Harrisburg, and it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, what a game we got. Remember, seeds 7 and 8. What everyone expected.
Yeah.
What Sam Mooney himself predicted.
Yeah. Here's something that we don't. So is this number 1? Looks like it's number 1 pitching for Harrisburg.
I thought it was 3.
Is it 3?
No, there's not a 3. So it's. I guess my eyes are getting
I think
worse.
it's Ty Raymond.
Yeah, you're right. Center fielder goes to pitcher.
Is it 1 or is that a?
It's a 1.
Hold on. 2.
Yep.
Okay.
And then
it
you said
Raymond.
Peak went to center. Beek went back or went to center. From shortstop to pitcher to center. Guy's just going to play everywhere tonight.
I like it. Excuse me. So 3-2, Stars regain the lead. And this inning started off with a base hit up the middle for Bird. Sales walked. Melhoff laid down the beautiful sack bunt.
An intentional
we got the
walk.
intentional walk to Max Speed.
And then another walk.
And then Jet Peterson walked. All right, so that is 1, 2, 3. So just the 1 run this inning. So Sales is on third, right? Number 3. Yep. All right.
Say number 12 is still at short. He stayed there.
Brings up the question in this spot if Tyson, if Kokenge was available
to pitch. Yeah, that's a good point, Sam. I think that means he's not available. Bases loaded with 1 out.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, it doesn't. Maybe he can't pitch until tomorrow because he pitched yesterday. Has to take today off.
That might be right too. Regardless, he is not coming in.
Nope, he's not there.
They're going to rely on the former center fielder, Ty Raymond. Get him out of this jam.
Well,
see if they can find a ground ball. 6-4-3 = 2, huh?
Let's see it. Maybe 6-4-3, 4-6-2, or 4-6-3.
That was just a hair low.
1 ball, no strikes here as the Stars are threatening. And if you're the Stars, you're not just satisfied here with the 1.
Yeah, they got to be thinking at least getting a sac fly here, getting at least 1 more on the board.
Yeah, you need an insurance run. You need an insurance run in a big way because in the 6, you got 6, 7, 8 up for Harrisburg, which means that even if they don't get anybody on, you're going to see Kokenge.
Oh! That was the right move by the second baseman. He was not going to get him at home. Great play to get that out there.
That's a big run, Tyson.
The ball was hit just soft enough you were never going to turn to. You weren't going to be able to get him at home.
I
Great
guess
play getting the out.
Defensively, where were
they were in
position?
They were
he was
in.
On the grass.
It just said ball wasn't quite hit hard enough.
Yeah, and you see there he takes a look and then he gets the 1 for sure.
Even the guy on first was basically behind him by the time he picked it up.
Yeah, that's big, and that's going to go down as an RBI.
Ooh, just about got it. Just about got hit there.
Yeah, and that was Noah Wold with the RBI. Big spot.
Oh, it was?
Yeah.
Shocker.
Right? Who is this, number 10 here? Yeah, this is Ethan Wilson. So, yeah, that was Noah Wold.
Helping himself out again.
Yep, with the RBI.
Gosh, we've seen some great pitching performances from post 320. Between, I don't remember Lawton hitting.
I don't believe he did, Tyson.
But, man, these guys have just been fantastic.
This is Ethan Wilson here.
Ooh,
did you take that one off the bean?
Back of the shoulder.
I hope that young man's okay as he walks over to first on the hit by pitch.
Kostenbauer up to bat here.
Yeah, this
third baseman.
Yeah, this is Kason Kostenbauer. Had a backwards K, walk, and a hit by a pitch. I think you need. You're still good right now, but obviously you want a couple more. You're not satisfied.
Yep. Ooh, Raymond, nice play by the
Hey, look at that! Sign him up.
I'm not sure if we're going to replay that one. Our cameras don't always face that way, but that was a pretty good play.
And then you get the da-da-da.
A lot of web gems this weekend.
Good job by the PA there.
Good pitch there by Raymond.
Yep. Caught an inside corner there. That's going to bring the count to 0-2. You want to limit the damage here if you're Harrisburg. Strand 3 bases would be big.
He goes after him.
Oh, he missed. Must have been maybe a little outside.
Must have been a hair outside from our angle here.
Excuse me, just a tick outside.
That was a good competitive pitch, though.
Yeah, on 1-2, that's a great 0-2. Or excuse me, on 0-2, that's a great 0-2 pitch. He goes right back to the same spot.
Yeah, I don't know if the bat.
Oh, I think we're gonna get catcher's interference there.
Ooh.
I think we're gonna get a catcher's interference there. He swung the bat, and then the bat must have hit the catcher's glove, and everybody moves forward.
How about that, Sam? And this post 320 team is fired up.
And I think that's exactly what it is, Tyson. And I think we had a good replay of it there.
Yep.
And you get catcher's interference there.
Batter pointed back right away. He knew it.
Yeah, but the umpire knew it as well. So Kostenbauer is going to go catcher's interference. That's wild. Tyson, what else can we see?
Gosh.
And now we go to the top of the order. This has been a massive inning for the Stars as we go back to Jonah Blake. 5-2 Stars, shining bright under the lights.
They just keep
tonight.
finding a way, don't they?
Absolutely, shining very bright underneath the lights tonight for the Stars. A commanding 5-2 lead at this point.
Here it is, Sam. The replay. I think it's kind of hard to see in the replay, but you can see the batter turn around right away as well.
Yeah, well, and you can see how far the hand is up in the mitt, how close it is to the bat, and they knew it. Like, I mean, right away, and you had no argument from Harrisburg at all. Man, catcher's interference. That one's going to get out of play here. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 3 on.
Not as many kids chasing after foul balls as we saw at 10 a.m. the last 2 mornings, huh? Some of them might be laying down already.
Maybe a little gassed. I know Mrs. Mooney is at home sleeping right now.
That's a good shot.
Puts that ball into right field.
Oh, good play.
Right fielder does a good job of getting underneath it for out number 3. We're going to go into the bottom of the 6th with the Rapid City Stars leading Harrisburg 5-2.
William Neal and Company would like to wish the Watertown Post 17 Legion baseball team good luck this season. Another great team for all your auditing, accounting, and tax preparation needs are the professionals at William Neal and Company, a full-service accounting firm serving the area for over 50 years. Offices located in Watertown and Clark. Give them a call today at 886-6028. That's 886-6028.
Do something to launch your future at Lake Area Tech. It's a living, working, thought-producing environment to help you level up in the workforce. Combined with hands-on training and real-world experience, you'll be ready to find a high-paying career you'll love right out of school, the way 99% of our graduates do. It's the best return on your college investment, the quickest path to your future success. Lake Area Tech, the start of something new.
Glacier Lakes Power Sports and Golf is your indoor golf destination in Watertown, South Dakota. We have 4 golf simulators available to rent 7 days a week. Call us at 605-954-4080 to reserve your time, or visit our website at glpowersports.com.
Tyson, the story of this game is number 29, Noah Wald, for the Rapid City Post 320 Stars. How impressive has this star been?
On the mound, at the plate, which one are you talking about? He's been awesome everywhere. He is, I don't want to say single-handedly carrying this team, but he's impacting the game on both sides, on the mound, in the batter's box. He's been awesome tonight.
Yeah.
And he's only, like, what I got is 66 pitches. There's no way he's coming out of this game unless, he gets into a lot of trouble. But he's just been dominant. He's been efficient. He's been pounding the zone. He's been fun to watch tonight.
Yeah, I mean, he has been great. He is definitely the player of the game up until this point. Little excuse-me swing that's going to get by the pitcher, get by the shortstop, and covered by the second baseman. E6, Tyson? That go right under his glove?
Yeah, I think that's... Wald's going to probably tell you it's an E1, but it's not.
No.
But I said you ask him, he's going to tell you should make that play. It's better to just let it go, which he did, even though he went for it. Not to touch it and turn off the trajectory or the spin. But yeah, you'd like to see your shortstop be able to pick that one or your pitcher get it.
Yeah, and that definitely was an excuse me swing, and it got just enough on it to get him by, and but regardless, he's standing on first base, and doesn't matter how you get there as long as you get there. Let's see. Hopefully we didn't jinx young Noah.
This is the 7-hole batter, right, Sam?
Yeah, we're 7th spot. This is Kaysen Severson, 0 for 2 with 2 Ks. Went down swinging both times.
That's a good pitch.
1, 2, 3. I'm sorry, we got a pinch hitter here. This is number 6 for Harrisburg, and that is Darren Safransky. Darren Safransky. Two balls, one strike here to Safransky, as Wald continues to stay in the game here and dominate. But if something bad happens this inning, Tyson, 100% your fault.
100%.
Yeah. Hopefully you know a good insurance guy.
Like I said, he's at a baseball game right now. Should be working.
Mrs. Mooney says she is watching and listening, but she's about ready to go to sleep. She says
she's trying to hang on.
Yeah, phone's going down, lights going down. It's late, 10:15. The Rapid crew's all good. It's 9:15 in Rapid.
Yeah, we got a few of those fans here with us for sure.
Rapid traveled well. Post 22 traveled well. Post 320 traveled well. It's a long jaunt coming over to the other side of the state.
It is, and for a lot of days, too.
Yeah, but both Rapid teams have had a very successful tournament. Taking the whole time there, turns his back to it, and gets strike 2. That's a full count now, Tyson.
Will Wald find the big pitch that he's found most of the night, Sam?
No reason to believe that he won't.
Other than I bragged him up a bunch.
Yeah. Got him again. Bang. Strike 3. That adds to Wald's K total. I believe that is 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that's 6. I think one thing that we haven't talked about a lot with Wald is his command. He has got
just the one
2 walks on the night.
Yeah, he comes back there from down 3-1 to find three straight strikes.
Take something off there to go ahead in the count. This is Griffin. We're just going to go with Griffin. Last name's a little tough for a guy like me to see. It's a little dark here in the tent.
Griffin S.
Griffin S. I like that.
Man, he's just going after these guys.
0-2 now, working ahead in the count. Realized that he likes it better ahead of the count versus being behind 3-1.
Almost caught me sleeping there.
Almost caught me sleeping. I was looking at my book and I look up.
We did see pickoff yesterday.
Yep, we did. Oh, that was
right back to him.
Not competitive. Karam's back, and the runner stays at first.
That is one of those lucky bounces for post 320.
Yeah, things are going your way when it bounces off the Karam to you.
I think that one bounced above the mat, Sam, and it hit that cement brick on the top, and it came back.
It had a different sound.
Catcher played it pretty darn good off that bounce, too.
Played it perfectly, leaving the runner on first. Down low for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 on. Runner on first is catcher Michael Oakland, who does have a stolen base this game, too, Tyson.
He might be kicking himself for not being on second base, but he might not have got there. Pretty good play by that catcher.
We haven't seen a traditional 6-4-3. We still won't. Fouls that one off, staying alive. Good at bat here put in by Griffin.
Yeah, we'll see if he can drive one into the gaps here. Maybe keep this train moving for Harrisburg. Is there gonna be enough room? He doesn't care about the fence.
Careful, max speed. Yeah, of course he puts that one away. Doesn't care about the fence at all. Tracks that one down for out number 2. Okay, this is a big spot here. This is the 9 hitter for Harrisburg.
Yeah, if you can get the bases loaded up here for.
This is Ty Raymond
for Kokenge.
No, only 1 on.
Yeah, if he gets on in front of Kokenge to bring the tying run to the plate.
I'm sorry, I thought you said the bases loaded.
I probably did. The tying run I meant.
It's late. It's late.
Can you get your best hit to the plate to bring the tying run to the plate?
Big swing there by Raymond. Evens the count at 1 each. Yeah, listen, if you're Wald, this is your guy. You got to have him.
You got to come after him.
Yep, you got to have him. Because the other thing is Cocaine is pretty well protected by Bashi, too. So that's a good 1-2 combo at the top. Or Boucher. Apologize, I'm sure I'm pronouncing that wrong. But that's a strong 1-2 combo at the top of that Harrisburg lineup.
And it gives you the opportunity to pitch to him at the start of the bottom of the seventh.
Yeah,
nothing to lose at that point.
You got your insurance runs, and you can go after him. Good at bat here by Raymond, staying alive. 2 balls, 2 strikes here. Max Speed is holding on the runner at first. That's Michael Oakland. He started the inning off with an E6. Hasn't been able to advance him thus far. We're going to see a payoff pitch here, Tyson. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
A huge pitch coming here, Sam.
Yep, bottom of the 6th inning. This is going to mean that Oakland's going to be off running with the pitch. This is a big payoff pitch here.
Walt's got kind of that quick sidearm pickoff move over there.
He does.
Nope, that's...
Ball 4. Big spot.
Man,
big
what
spot.
do you do?
Big spot.
They're going to have just a little conversation.
Yeah, you got to talk about it. That's a dangerous man coming to the plate right now. Great music to play. '86 pitches here for Wald. And arguably the most dangerous batter in the tournament. Bottom of the 6th, tying run at the plate. Under the lights, who's going to be the biggest star?
The guy that wants to be the biggest star is stepping into the plate right now.
Listen, people are getting their money's worth right now.
Absolutely.
This is worth the price of admission here. And there you have it. First pitch, Hacken laces a ball through the 5-6 hole. Hit too hard. And everybody advances 1 bag.
And now we have who's coming up here to bat, Sam?
Boucher. Bashi, Noah.
And what do you have the first day?
Yeah.
Grand Slam. Man, wouldn't this be a way to take the lead back?
Good spot here. This is an exciting baseball game, ladies and gentlemen. Bottom of the 6th inning, big bat up here.
The outfield's not very deep either. Starts off with a strike.
Yeah, working ahead on the off-speed pitch.
Do you think you'd be a step deeper, Sam, or no, if you're the outfield here? I mean,
yeah, they're fairly shallow, and the flag is straight down. I mean, the flag's at 6 o'clock on your clock.
It's not blowing in anymore like it was earlier.
Gets ahead of the count here, 0-2. Yeah, it's definitely not blowing in. Boucher is 0 for 3 of this game. He's now down in the count, 0-2. We are going to see a massive Tiger Woods fist pump from Wald.
From somebody.
If he gets out of this inning unscathed.
It's 90.
We're going to see this young man might as well have on black pants and a red polo if he gets out of here, because you're going to see a fist pump for the ages on this one. Good job there by staying alive, battling on the 1-2. Good pitch, good location there too.
You know what's in the back of Wald's mind. He wants to finish this game in the next 14 pitches, but it's just getting out of this inning can be the only thing that's on his mind right now.
This pitch, this at bat right now. 2 balls, 2 strikes as that one misses low and away. And good patience, good at bat here. By Boshi.
I think you don't have to give in to him either. If you're Wald, God forbid you do walk him, you're still right where you want to be.
That one's going to get away, and the runner's going to scamper home, and he's going to be there easily. It's a big mistake. That's 5-3. Base hit now could tie it.
Yeah.
Good speed on second.
That base is open. You can't quite give in to him. You got to still throw your most competitive pitch. A hitter like this, you can't just put it down the pipe, obviously. We'll see what he comes with.
Got to get after him here. Even with that base open, you got to get him here. Oh, and he puts one drive into deep left field. That was going to be off the bottom of the wall. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a tie game and the runner on second. A massive hit.
What a shot.
Massive hit by Noah Boucher.
You know, they're not going to catch that either way. But I said they're too shallow.
Very shallow. And that hit at the bottom of the fence.
I mean, they probably weren't catching up either way, but what a shot. You thought that one had a chance off the bat.
Yeah, I mean, he stayed on it, stayed back, quick hands, got the bat out in front.
Tie ball game.
Easily tie ball game. Boucher saying, you know what, you guys giving all this love to my buddy in front of me. I can smack a little,
how it's done.
I can smack a little. And with one swing of the bat, the entire complexity of this game has changed.
Yeah, in a heartbeat here. Can Wald find a way just to get out of this one now?
Gassing right now, he still has something left in the tank. 5-5 game here in the bottom of the sixth. Misses high, ball 2. Looking for gas here, Tyson. If you're Esser.
I think you have to. I think he's emptying the tank right now. This probably is his last batter, Sam.
Esser's had a nice night too, Tyson. Puts that one in play. Good scoop. Don't sleep, ladies and gentlemen. It's a tie game. We are going to the top of the 7th, 5-5, and it is what a classic plays out right in front of us.
In town for the game or just passing through? Well, swing by Country Road Barn, home of the area's best smoked meats, brisket, ribs, pulled pork, all slow smoked to perfection and served with that small town charm. They're open Wednesday through Friday, 5 until 9 p.m., so plan your visit and bring your appetite. It's a true taste of small town South Dakota and worth every mile. The Country Road Barn, just minutes from Watertown and a home run for your hunger. Stay connected with them on their Facebook page or website.
As one of the nation's strongest financial organizations, First Premier Bank and Premier Bank Card have the strength to do good. We support nearly 700 organizations and nonprofits. Our employees give more than 30,000 volunteer hours annually. And we are continually seeking ways to make South Dakota an even better place to live. It's the Premier way. First Premier Bank and Premier Bank Card.
Tyson, we're told that the tie-in double from Noah Boucher, although it was not a home run here at the Watertown Stadium, would in fact be a home run in Harrisburg.
And that looks like, 320 feet? Our fence here in left is 324. That was probably about 320 then, because it was right at the bottom of that fence.
Yeah, maybe 323 and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah, so now we go into the top of the 7th, 5-5 game here.
Noah Wald's happy it's 324, I know that, to left.
Yeah, for Harrisburg, Ty Raymond's going to remain in the game here on the mound. Trying to keep this one tied and going into the bottom of the inning. You know, free baseball's on deck, Tyson.
Just about.
3 balls, 1 strike as the bugs continue to eat our face.
You had to put the jacket on just to keep them off me.
Three balls, 2 strikes here to Ethan Beals. I'm sorry, just kidding. That's not Ethan Beals.
That's the first one.
I need to turn myself over. That's Aiden Bird. Apologize for that. Aiden Bird gets the walk, leads the inning off. That's what you need. You need a guy on base.
We haven't seen a home run yet tonight, have we, Sam? No.
We have not. We have not. Tegan Sales.
One of the sides is due, I know that. Well, they're both due.
Tegan Sales comes up to the John Cena music.
That's pretty cool.
Great block. Way to keep it in front of him there. That's Oakland, right?
Yeah, great play by the catcher. I mean, that's huge. Keep that runner from scoring position with 0 outs.
Catch a little bug spray there?
You're good. I appreciate it.
Evens the count at 1 apiece.
Not looking to bunt here either, which I didn't expect to when they didn't do it earlier. And it's Sales again. It's the 3rd time he's been up tonight in a spot like this.
Yeah, and he's had some success as he lays off there.
The last time he delivered, the time before he did not, I believe.
He walked in the first and then scored. He flew out to right field.
That was the first one.
And then he grounded out to third, and then he walked and scored his last at bat. So technically he's 0 for 2, but he's got a .500 on base percentage. And in the major leagues, that means you're a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, not bad at all.
That was 0 batting average, but a .500 on base percentage, that'll get you in.
This should get the runner over.
Play. That definitely does get the runner over.
It's as good as a bunt.
Yep, that'll work. That will work. If you are Tegan Sales, you are a happy man. You did your job.
Colton Melhoff. Let's see what he's got in him now as he steps into home plate.
Melhoff is the one that laid down that beautiful bunt last at bat.
He ain't doing it again. He wants his shot to swing away.
No, this is your cleanup hitter too. So Melhoff has got 2 walks. He reached on the error by the center fielder, and then he laid down that beautiful bunt. So I mean, he's patient. He puts the ball in play.
Looking to drive something to grass here.
Yeah, I'd be curious if they hold him at third on any kind of hit. Again, outfield shallow here as he's down in the count 0-2. Flag's not really moving at all right now, Tyson. Definitely at 6 o'clock. One's going to be fouled off as he stays alive in an 0-2 count. Ball's catches too much a little bit of the plate for me on 0-2.
Yeah. And Ty Raymond's done a really nice job since coming into this game. Really kind of, he's been pounding the strike zone a little bit more. Oops, call time.
Got a late time call there. Actually, I think the time call was done, was properly done, but
the pitcher didn't see it until late.
Yep.
Yeah, you always, if it was such a close game, sometimes you get the next one kind of up towards your head in professionals, right, Sam?
Yeah.
Not here, though.
No.
Big strikeout by Ty Raymond.
Yep, that is a big strikeout there for out number 2.
Are they going to walk Max Speed?
Max Speed has gotten the intentional Barry Bonds treatment earlier. It doesn't appear that he's going to this time. They're going to throw to him, Tyson.
We'll see what the approach looks like here.
They're going after him. Going after him. Oh, working ahead in the account here to the dangerous Max Speed. Oh, he's going to get over to third on that one, Tyson. I wonder what this does to the at-bat.
Gosh, if you're not walking him when he's at second, I don't know why you'd walk him at.
Yeah, at third. I agree.
It's just 1-1.
Yep. We talked about it earlier. We've seen max power. We've seen
max effort.
Max effort. Now will we see max clutch?
We have not seen max speed. I don't think. I don't know if he has that gear.
Are we going to see max clutch? With 2 balls, 1 strike. Go ahead, run on third. And it takes strike 2, evens the count. Is that 90 feet, Tyson?
Say it again, Sam.
The distance from third to home, is it 90 feet? So the go-ahead run is 90 feet away.
That's backwards K, Sam. Harrisburg's coming to the plate with a chance to win it. Walk it off.
We're going to go to the bottom of the 7th in an exciting 5-5 game. Don't go anywhere.
Glacier Lakes Power Sports and Golf is your indoor golf destination in Watertown, South Dakota. We have 4 golf simulators available to rent 7 days a week. Call us at 605-954-4080 to reserve your time, or visit our website at glpowersports.com.
Infinity Fun is the place to be. They got trampolines, they got bowling, they got mini golf, they got games, they got food that's insanely good. Infinity Fun, they got trampolines, they got bowling, they got mini golf, they got games, they got food that's insanely good. Infinity Fun.
Open 7 days a week in Watertown.
Your starting lineup for KXLG Radio. Leading off at the front desk, Lori Kane. On the air, your power hitters, Jeremy Herbold, Ben Dilla, Jan Robson, Tim Williams, Gary Weckworth, Robin Givens, Doreen Foster, and Jaden Thomas. If it's news, Steve Jurens hits it out of the park. In sales, your closers, Andy Turback, Ben Dilla, Nicole Kraus, and Brody Reese. And skipper, Melissa Herbold. KXLG, your locally owned community radio station, still undefeated.
Bottom of the 7th, Tyson, 5-5 game here. If you're Harrisburg, you've got your 4, 5, 6 hitters up. A couple of timely hits by Harrisburg has put them in this game, and now they're in position to win it.
Wald's got 8 or 7 pitches left here, and he's going to use them, it looks like.
They're gonna get
if you're Harrisburg, same recipe as post 320. Get the first guy on base, and they did it.
Oh, no, he's not going to push. He's not going to push. No way he pushes. Great start for Harrisburg. Nice line drive bullet right over the second baseman's head. And there you go. You got your winning run on first base.
Just continue to hit that ball hard.
That's going to bring up Tate Muncie. This is right fielder.
Will he bunt, Sam?
He did hit into the 4-6-3. Listen to the entire team yell, back!
Yeah, they're in it.
Yeah, they're locked in. Whole team's locked in here. Little quick pitch there as you take something off for ball number 1.
We are not going to see a bunt, it doesn't look like, Sam.
Maybe.
He didn't show it that time, at least.
Nope.
Ooh. Just about threw that one away.
1 ball, no strike still. Yeah, the last thing that you want to do right now is throw that ball away. That's the last thing you want to do.
That's a strike.
You can see here too that Wald's like shortening the delivery a little bit. He's a little quicker with his motion to the plate.
Does not want that guy standing on second.
Last thing he wants is Ethan Beals over at second base.
When is Ty Raymond due up, Sam?
He's 9 batter. We're on 5 batter right now.
He wants to throw his hat in there for player of the game if he walks this thing off. He really came in and has answered the bell here lately. Last couple innings on that mound.
2 balls, 1 strike. What's the pitch count's got to be? This has got to be his last batter.
He's got 3 left.
Yes, this got to be his last batter. Well, unless he can get them and then get the next one. Missed an outside there, 3-1. Herculean effort here by Wald. He's had a great game, both offensively and defensively. That 6th inning got away a little bit. I know he'd like to try to see it out through all 7. He's going to walk him. Tough spot here. I think you got to get him out of there. They're
not going to. He's got 1 pitch to go, and they're going to give him this batter then. Nope, the ump just... We got a pinch runner.
Yeah, we're gonna see a pinch runner here. Get your fastest guy off the bench and get him. Maybe. I mean, they're just kind of huddling up here. And now
I think he's done, Sam.
I think he has to be.
He's got 1 to go.
Well, I mean,
I know what you mean.
Yeah, I mean, he's throwing 104 pitches. You got first and second, nobody out, and the game on the line. He's a little frustrated. And I get it. I know he wants to finish it out, and I know he's frustrated. But that young man had a absolutely phenomenal game.
Pitched his tail off tonight.
Yes. And his head's down right now, and I really wish it wasn't, because he has played fantastic. And I know that's a long, lonely walk for him out to shortstop, and I know he's bummed. But pick your head up, young man. You were incredible tonight.
Yeah, we'll see if Post 320 can find a way to get out of it, or if Post 45 can find their way to punch their tickets tomorrow night. We got number 1 on the mound.
That's Kason Kostenbauer. That's left, throws right. What do we call that?
Unicorn.
A unicorn.
That's the way to do it.
That is the way to do it. All right, so Kostenbauer takes the hill, and he's going to see Michael Oakland, who's got a walk, 1 strikeout, and then he reached on an error.
So this is you said the 6-hitter?
Yeah, you consider a bunt here, Tyson? A little small ball?
I do.
Get him over, bunt down the first baseline.
I'm just figuring out any way to get Ty Raymond up right now. Guy comes in, gets the win and the walk-off is what I'm hoping for. I mean, for him.
Sure. Well,
all you need is a bunt, a walk, a strikeout, and then he's up.
Let me tell you what, brother. If there's a way to keep me up until almost 11 o'clock at night, it's with an exciting baseball game.
This fits the bill.
It does fit the bill. And as soon as this game's over, we're going to throw it to KXLG for the post-game show just as quick as we possibly can. I'm not a young man anymore, Tyson.
I'm not either.
All right, here we go. Got the winning run in scoring position. Runner on first means much of nothing. And on the mound is our unicorn of the night, Kason Kostenbauer.
So you think he will be bunting?
It's definitely an option for sure, right? I mean, if you can get down a bunt down that first baseline and advance those runners, that's.
Yeah, pay attention to that first pitch here, Sam. The new guy comes in, he wants to get a strike across. Could be something wilder, could be something right down the middle. See if you can lay that bunt down.
I think maybe if you're trying to locate your pitch, you go high, so in the event that he bunts him, maybe you can get him to pop it up. Yeah, they're expecting bunt. Shortstop comes over to third as the third baseman crashes in, but Oakland did not show bunt there.
And that first pitch not where it needed to be.
No, I think you need to pitch it at the letters. I think you want to stay in the strike zone, but pitch it at the letters, and if he's going to bunt, trying to get him to pop it up. But he's not showing. He's not even indicating at all. And at that time, the Stars didn't move. Tough spot here, Tyson. You can't go down 3-0. And you sure as heck can't walk him.
Yeah, you got to give him something here. Got to make him swing.
Took something off there, off-speed pitch, catches the inside corner. 2 balls, 1 strike. Defensively, the outfield hasn't changed really from where they've been all game.
Yeah, Wald went to shortstop.
Well, I'm just saying they're fairly shallow defensively in the outfield.
If you can't,
that time they showed bunt.
If you can't throw them out from where you're at, you are too far back.
Yep, 100%. Anything over their head wins the game.
Yeah, the former shortstop, Sales, he went over to third base.
3 balls, 1 count, or 3 balls, 1 strike. That bat cannot come off your shoulder here. Heavy bat. I'm watching this whole way. Shows bunt again, takes it back.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Yeah, he wasn't bunting. He was just trying to psych him out.
Yeah, I think maybe that one.
That was a little. That was a close one.
Yeah, I thought maybe that one was a little bit outside, but of course that home plate umpire's got a heck of a lot better view of the plate than we do. Full count here, Tyson. Good job by Kostenbauer fighting back. Takes something off of that one.
Uh-oh.
And then that one misses.
Now that's trouble for Post 320.
All right, so now your infield has got to come in on the grass, which they are. anything past them wins the game. Your outfield, I feel like it needs to come in
a little bit
more. They need to come in more because they have to be able to throw out that runner on third. I think the outfield is a little too deep here, in my opinion. And this is Stefanski. And if I'm
I don't know if this bat's coming off his shoulder.
Yeah, I was just gonna say if I'm Stefanski, I'm not moving. Throw me a strike.
You got to make sure he can throw you a couple.
Yeah, throw me at least one before you get me to swing. Unless it's a perfect. Yeah, and he's outside, and you can see the frustration here by Kostenbauer as he's struggling to find the zone. And that's a lot of pressure on that young man.
It is.
That is a lot of pressure on that young man.
Let's see what he's got here in the back of the tank here.
There he goes.
That's a good one.
Yeah, there he goes. Pops the zone there to go to 2-1. Seems to be like he's got a little bit more control of the off-speed stuff than he does of.
Yeah, he takes a little off,
gas.
Which is what he's gonna have to do. He's just got to get something that gets that guy to swing.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to go to 3 balls here. You just don't. You got to attack the zone here again.
That's inside.
Yeah, it is inside. 3 balls, 1 strike. The catcher did not like that. And again here, if I am Stefanski, I am not swinging at this ball.
Yeah.
I don't care where it is.
It might not be.
There's nobody out. There's nobody out. There's no reason to swing here. And a little anticlimactic way to end what was a sensational baseball game.
Awesome baseball game.
It was a fantastic baseball game as the Harrisburg Post 45 is going to advance.
Congrats to Harrisburg. They were awesome.
Walk-off walk.
Never gave up tonight. They battled back when they were down 3 in the 6th. Made a late push there to get to the pitcher, Noah Wald, and were able to finish it off here in the bottom of the 7th.
For the most part, Rapid City controlled that game.
Yeah,
I definitely believe that Rapid City played better that game than what Harrisburg did. But Harrisburg came in that 6th inning.
Wheels started to fall off.
Yes. Yep. And just like that, Harrisburg is going to advance, and Rapid City is also advanced. They're not out of it. But
yeah, if our math is right, if they're not going to play post 22 again, it looks like they should have Yankton tomorrow, but we will let somebody smarter than us tell us how that bracket unfolds.
For us, that's going to do it, Tyson. We are off tomorrow, so we'll have Cam Corey and Brett Scott on the call for 4 o'clock tomorrow. And then Brent Nathaniel will be on the call at 7 o'clock. And then Brent and Phillips, right?
Yep.
They'll be on the call for the championship game as well. We are going to kick it down to Jeremy Herbold and Ben Dilla for the KXLG postgame show. It's been a pleasure. Tyson, thank you to Ryan Neal and to Watertown and for the opportunity. It's been a lot of fun, and good luck to the remaining teams the rest of the way. God bless.
Fun. Before the game, I kind of predicted maybe an offensive shootout. That didn't quite happen. We did get to 6-5, but yeah, I just want to shout out Noah Wald, pitcher for 320 through a heck of a game. Young kid, going to be a sophomore, so very impressed with him. And also, shoot, I forget his name. 1 second here. Cade Weedy for for Harrisburg also started the game and did a very good job as well. So I was wrong about my prediction, so congratulations. They both did a great job, but in the end, Harrisburg gets the win by loading the bases in the bottom of the 7th and getting a walk-off walk, which is always exciting.
Always exciting. We know there's a lot of people still watching at home. I think we had like 800 and some that were still viewing this, so we appreciate you all sticking around with us. It's been a long day of baseball, some extra innings before this in the earlier game, but we know what the schedule is for tomorrow. First game at 4 p.m. is Yankton versus Rapid City Post number 320, and that is an elimination game, of course. And then at 7 o'clock, we're going to see undefeated Harrisburg taking on one-loss Rapid City Post 22. I tell you what, I'm ready for that one.
Yes, me as well. That is a very, very fun matchup. You know, two powerhouses right now. You know, I feel like 22's been getting better every day, and so Harrisburg has just been Mr. Consistent, winning games and putting runs on the board. So I think that'll be two very fun matchups, 4 and 7 p.m. tomorrow Central Time. So can't wait for those.
Absolutely. Boy, it's been a great tournament here so far in Watertown. We're through now day 3 of the South Dakota Class A State American Legion Baseball Tournament. 2 more games coming up tomorrow, possibly 2 more on Saturday before we crown a champion. And again, Benny, go ahead.
Yeah, I have a question, and maybe you don't know this, and I don't. So Harrisburg plays 22 tomorrow. Let's say if Harrisburg loses, do Post 22 and Harrisburg play again Saturday to find out who goes to the championship game?
Well, thank you for asking me that question. I don't know. It's too late at night for me to figure that one out, but there are a lot of different scenarios going around. But the thing is, you could see, now this is kind of the weird thing, you could see it tomorrow if Harrisburg, hate to say, if they would lose, you would have 3 teams left that would have 1 loss. So then Harrisburg would go automatically at that point the winner of Game 11, which just took place to that final game, the second possible championship. Let's go. Come on in here. Good job, sir. How are you doing? Yeah, awesome game. Go ahead, Benny, and let's interview our star player of the night.
Yes, we're back here with Noah Boucher. You're back on the stage the second time. Another huge hit tonight to tie the game up there in the 6th. I thought you had it. Did you think it was gone and you took the lead there? Or?
So right off the bat, I kind of felt like it was off the end, but I've had a couple mishit home runs this past year, so I thought maybe I had a chance, but I mean, I'll take the double there.
Absolutely, yes. It was a beautiful play, and you guys end up getting the win.
Yep.
What was kind of the message coming into tonight, knowing that you're going against the other undefeated team, and just kind of your stance in the tournament thus far?
A big thing that we praise is like having energy in the dugout, and obviously 320 has been really hot recently, so we just wanted to match their energy or take it above them.
Awesome. Well, congratulations. It's past Jeremy's bedtime, so we're going to let you get back there, and we'll see you tomorrow. Congratulations.
Noel, one quick question. I do hear that you have some great dance moves. Is that true?
I have a couple.
That means he does. The coach is saying no.
No, he knows I don't.
Noah, thanks so much. Have a good night. See you tomorrow. Appreciate it. Let's bring Will in here. Good job, Coach. Outstanding performance, and Todd's excited to talk with you here.
Once again, here we are, coincidentally. Same situation. No, just a really good ball game tonight. I think going in, we talked over here at the pregame about we expected it to be a good ball game, and I believe I predicted the score to be 7-5. So pretty good, but it was a good ball game all the way around. I thought your kids played well. I think. What were your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, extremely good ball game. I thought it was a combined team win. Super proud of these guys. They fought hard. Bats weren't there right away, but they kept grinding and pushed through it. And yeah, really proud of them.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the young pitcher they started tonight, did a nice job, and you guys, like you said, you had to make some adjustments. And what kind of things you tell them to make those adjustments in between at-bats?
Yeah, I mean, their at-bats throughout the game were fine. It's just we had to keep having good at-bats and not back down from them. And I think they did that tonight, and it showed.
Absolutely. Again, congratulations. We'll let you get going. I know you guys want to get back and get some rest.
Thank you, sir.
Good luck tomorrow night.
All right, very cool. Well, that was a heck of a game, guys. It was, right down to the end. We thought, man, we could see some extra innings on this one, too. But I tell you what, it's been some good baseball here. And tomorrow, let's just set the stage because everybody I know wants to get to bed here. But at 4 o'clock tomorrow, it's Yankton versus Rapid City Post number 320 elimination game at 4 o'clock. We'll bring it to you live here on Post 17 TV. And at 7 o'clock, it's Harrisburg against Rapid City Post 22. Harrisburg undefeated, 22 with 1 loss. So there you go. And then we're going to see who advances to Saturday. Should be a great day of baseball coming up tomorrow. Final comments, Ben Dill.
Yeah, great day. Looking forward to tomorrow. Get some rest, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Sounds good. Todd, final comments.
Yeah, I think there should be some more good baseball, and obviously with 22 playing Harrisburg as well as they're playing, it'll be a interesting game. Harrisburg's obviously in a driver's seat. They don't have to worry quite as much as 22 does, so they got a little room to breathe under their belt yet. So it'll be interesting all the way around. I think that first game will be a good one. Guys are starting to be able to come back now and pitch. So you're getting guys back that you're 1 and 2 guys maybe a little bit. So we'll see. It'll be a full fun day of baseball again.
If you can't make it out here to Watertown City, make sure you tune in. Post 17 TV going to bring you all the coverage tomorrow night. It's going to be 2 great games. Don't miss it. Thanks, Todd. Thanks, Benny. Have a good night, everybody. I'm Jeremy Herbold for KXLG Radio. This has been the KXLG Postgame Show, and we will see you tomorrow for more baseball.
You've been watching coverage of the 2025 Class A American Legion Baseball Tournament on Post 17 TV. This has been a presentation of the Watertown Baseball Association in partnership with Aero TV and KXLG Radio. Like and subscribe to follow more of the purple and golds.